people. It is Thursday, the 20th of March. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. I am one of your hosts for today, Mountain Royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. And of course, Brent is here as well.
Morning, everybody.
How's everyone doing?
Oh, good, thank you. Oh, good.
How are you doing, Esther?
I'm good. Sun is out.
Mm-hmm.
I did sneeze. So there's that. But I feel good. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's good. I saw you tweeting yesterday
What did I tweet?
about something that could easily have happened to you.
Right.
Right.
But Jess hilarious is better than me. Because I would have created a segment. But I'm glad we're talking about it because it was definitely on Word of Mouth. I'm glad that it's the topic of the day because honestly, it irritated my spirit, man. I just thought, what kind of foolishness are we seeing here?
I'm
just happy that she's there.
Into it with you.
It's honestly?
Yeah,
Good. That's my employer. Let's see what you say.
I don't know.
Let's see if I return from Nigeria or not.
Right, and then those.
No, it was good, man. Because I felt like, I can relate. I got on the show.
It was interesting reading quite a few people's takes.
It was. It's very, very interesting. Like, we'll get into it, obviously, but you can just never look to the public for support. You just can't.
But that's one of the themes I wanna touch on.
Yeah.
DJ Envy's little
At the end.
advice to her.
It's actually look.
Let's keep it. I want to hear all of it in details. Charlemagne being Charlemagne.
Literally.
So yeah.
It was good. It was interesting though.
A convo about this.
Definitely.
Let's have a roll call. Let's see who is in the chat. Let me pin this message. And I am looking forward to people jumping on Discord and sharing their takes.
Yes, please.
All right. Good morning, Energy. Good morning. Taser had his birthday yesterday, innit?
Big up, Taser. Happy birthday.
All right. Good morning. The day after TMB. Boop, boop.
Taser is going to be such a mogul, you know. Sorry,
going
I'm just
to be.
deep in it. Like, just started off from even when he talks on his pod, it's on 3 shots, and he talks about like how he used to throw parties and events like back in the day and stuff like that. And then he was doing the faded stuff, and then obviously 3 shots, and then still doing events, but then with the R&B, that's just a different level. But then with the photography, like I feel like people like that they can only get better, and he's such a humble person as well. Because pride is usually what kills people before they get to their peak. But he's such a humble person and always willing to learn, and a people person as well. I'm actually looking forward to that. The other talents he has that he hasn't discovered yet, like the other skills he has. Because the photography thing, he's killing that. So yeah, big up Taser, man.
All the time.
Very admirable.
Quite a few people in this particular nascent industry of ours, podcasting. That I took a moment yesterday to just kind of dwell on it. Why did I do that? Because during one of the episodes recorded yesterday with the girls, they had taken a little moment out to throw some thanks to a couple of people, because obviously they're now going into
their own different lane now.
They shouted out Temi and 90s Babies.
Oh, nice.
And it just dawned on me that there are quite a few of them. Them meaning, I would say titans of this industry.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
It may not be like that in some people's eyes.
Yeah.
But I only see an upward trajectory.
Absolutely,
in a massive way. And they're still so crazily young, right?
And that's why I said the mogul thing it takes, because I'm like, you haven't reached a peak. The journey is really, even though it feels like a long journey so far, it's really only starting. That's amazing.
And this particular generation,
yeah,
I believe in the next 5-10 years, they're going to achieve so much. Do you understand? And the whole landscape of this thing of ours is going to be so different for those now coming afterwards.
Yeah, but do you know that even you saying that, technically, not even technically, they are really the first generation here.
100%.
Like, they're the ones that were born here. So it's amazing. Like, the future looks very bright.
Yeah. I'm excited to have like all of the titans look to basically join some sort of not a cabal, but you know, whatever.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. So that everything going forward is proper.
It's just
pattern.
yeah. It's lit, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's generational. Love
Anyway, DC Mooks, Nams, Timmy, Abimi, Imi Snow Globe. Oh, 90s baby.
Living legends.
Eddie Cabone. He added me yesterday in Discord saying that he sent you a message on the 10th. Did you get that message?
Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie.
Message. I'm not gonna do that.
No, I just...
Yeah, you did.
Just repeated it.
A message?
A message?
Oh, does Eddie join later in the show? Because Eddie, we had a whole thing about me and messages on Tuesday. It's a whole thing. No, I don't. No.
All right. Cool.
I should have a Nokia 3310. That's my vibe.
Why?
I just answer some calls and I reply some texts. I find phones and stuff overwhelming. So sorry, Eddie, I haven't seen it.
Sorry, Eddie.
I haven't looked there.
I did ask, bro. Catherine, Ruby Tuesday, Curtis Jackson, Anthony Hansen.
He's been Curtis in a while.
No, he's been there.
Has he?
Yeah.
He hasn't come out in the morning though.
I've seen
I
him
haven't
in
heard
the
Curtis
morning.
Jackson in months. I haven't heard it this year once.
When I do the roll call, it's a bit different than when it is like other people come a bit later.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Priz, Teddy Tibbs, Ezzy Bambino, Brickavelli, Crud Crew, Mr. Ashlows, Noreen. Who else I got?
Sorry, Mark's an egg.
Huh?
Okay, Mark say, can we push topic of the day till I get here? Do you know he's got a group chat with us? That's a great. He just sat to chat instead. He says, can we push topic of the day till I get there, please? Or I'm turning my car around. Can you imagine? Or I'm turning my car around is wild.
Crucial J, Jin and Just T, Chijoke, Davina, Teddy Tibbs, I think I said that, Johannes Williams, Akuya, Mr. Moses, Eva Killy, who else I got? Easy Bambino, I think, Dr. Mani, Nadia M. You know what? I don't think I should basically look to wait too long to do the community service episode because then it will be out of people's minds.
Is it? Oh, you're gonna do community service for the
Adolescents. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, you definitely should do it ASAP.
Yeah, I know, but it's
When you looking to do it?
When were you gonna do it? When were you gonna do it? And now when are you thinking to do it?
You know what? If Emmanuel, you can basically take over you organizing this, and then you sit in my chair for this one, so that I can basically continue like what I'm doing instead. Yeah. That would be great.
Okay.
So you let me know when you can do it.
All right, cool.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, and then
Is that when you're gonna have Dr. Money, right?
yes.
Okay, I was about to say you can't have that Dr. Money. It's gonna be a stupid show otherwise.
Wait. I don't know why she's looking across
Big
you
up
and
Dr.
saying
Money.
that. I don't know what you did this morning.
I'm getting just
Did you
hilarious.
just turn up? What? She's about to eat some fruit and then she wanted to basically say...
Why is this on Eman?
Stupid.
I was definitely looking at your eyes when I looked dead in the soul.
We just ascertained I won't be here.
That's my business. That's gonna obviously be. How can you push on to Eman? I looked you
So
dead in
only-
the eye.
the
And
only
you know what's so
person-
funny? I said you're gonna have Dr. Money. You answered. Eman did.
That's because I spoke up on
Trying
it.
to put two Yoruba people against each other.
You know
Can you
what I'm saying?
imagine?
Terrible.
Brent being just hilarious.
I love that word.
What word?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
All right. Nadia M, TC, Crud Crow. I said that. Ed, Susanna. I'm done. Stacy also. Oh,
Stacey?
Stacy. It'd be nice for Stacy to jump on via Zoom.
Why? Because it's American. I don't mind Stacey jumping on Discord. That's nothing to do with this. But why? Because American matters.
No, not really. But it will help.
I mean, I love Stacey when Stacey calls in anyway, but it's just funny because you said it like it was a... Like Stacey has some kind of... Stacey's a
Inside.
Lauren... What's that girl's last name?
Wow.
Lauren Lonzo?
LaRosa.
Yeah. Yeah, like Stacey's got the backup information that we don't know. I don't even know, she might.
She might have
Just
some
about
Yeah, she might.
fantastic insights and
Big
that.
up Stacey anyway.
All right, let's start the show. Let's jump into the headlines. That guy.
I'm gonna tell you the next week.
All right, people. So, headlines. Seems to be a little bit of a back and forth in the Labour Party. The Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, warned that the rising cost of sickness and disability benefits is devastating for public finances as his government announced major welfare reforms. Sir Keir Starmer and Diane Abbott have clashed at PMQs after the veteran Labour MP warned there was nothing moral about his government's £5 billion cut to the welfare bill. As the government faces condemnation from charities, unions, and some of its own MPs over the move to axe around 1 million people's disability benefits, Miss Diane Abbott said, "This is not about morality. This is about the Treasury's wish to balance the country's books on the back of the most vulnerable and poor people in this society." But Sir Keir Starmer insisted that it is a moral issue, that 1 in 8 young people are not in employment, education, or training. "I'm not going to turn away from that," he said, adding that "I'm genuinely shocked that 1 million people, young people, are in that position, and I'm not prepared to shrug my shoulders and walk past it." Meanwhile, Kemi Badenoch criticised the government's handling of the economy and finances, asking the PM. The Chancellor claimed that her budget was a once-in-a-parliamentary reset. So why are we having an emergency budget next week? There's a lot of pressure being placed on Labour, man. Next headline, and Russia and Ukraine have launched air attacks that damaged each other's infrastructure. This is hours after Vladimir Putin said Russia would stop targeting Ukrainian energy sites. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Russia's targets included hospitals. He said the Russian leader had in effect rejected a comprehensive ceasefire in his call on Tuesday with the US President Donald Trump. Putin told Trump a full ceasefire would only work if Ukraine's allies stopped giving military assistance, a condition that Ukraine's European allies have previously rejected. Within hours of Putin agreeing to halt attacks on energy infrastructure, Zelensky said that there had been hits specifically on civilian infrastructure, including a hospital in Sumy. Zelensky said that Zelensky said that Russia launched more than 40 drones against Ukraine in hours following the call between Trump and Putin. And I don't know if we just make this a topic of the day at some point, but next headline, criminals, apparently, trigger warning, criminals are free to pick their gender because the government is refusing to force police to record biological sex. Yes.
Criminals are free to pick their gender.
Yep.
Because the police can't bother to put male or female down.
Basically. The government is refusing to force the police to do so.
I don't get it though.
Let's get into it. So there's an independent review, right? And this was published yesterday. Mm-hmm. And it said that police forces and the NHS should collect data on sex rather than just a person's self-declared gender identity. So we need to be writing down what the biological sex is. Don't just tell me what you are, right? And that's basically what the situation is.
How does it get in the system anyway? They don't give them the laptop quickly to enter the details in.
Yeah, but I think maybe they're thinking they don't want to be caught up in the whole, identity wars and stuff.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I'm so confused because in my mind, there's certain forms. Yeah, it asks you your name.
Yep.
It asks you your gender or sex, whatever it puts on there.
Yep.
It asks you your religion.
Mm-hmm.
It asks you your marital status.
Yep.
So basically, they've got them filling in their own forms.
No, they're doing it. But what they're saying is this review is basically saying that the police and the NHS should collect data on sex, right? And not the self-declared gender identity.
Okay. So sex is how you're born.
Yes.
And then gender is how you identify today.
Exactly, yeah.
But they're saying that they don't want the police and NHS to do the work of passing information about the sex. So people just tell you what their genders are and you put that down.
No, but they're saying they don't want to do that. They want to do it the right way.
They want to put
which is the biological sex, yeah. They want to do it that way.
But isn't that how they've been doing it anyway?
Yeah, but because of everyone talking about what you can identify as, whatever the hell you want to identify as, people, I guess they're getting pressured to say, no, don't just write down my sex. If somebody don't identify as a man anymore, write down what they identify as. You see what I'm saying? But the government don't want to force them to do that particular thing, which means essentially that a criminal afterwards or before, whatever, can pick what he wants because there's no record of what.
Pick what they want.
Thank you very much.
But that would be more dangerous for women.
100%.
Which ones?
That's
everybody,
true.
every woman. Because then you would just have random men just be like, oh, I'm a female or I'm a woman, and then now they're in women's prison.
Unless everyone in the women's prison was a biological.
That's unlikely.
Very.
You know, like one of the top crimes of women is arson. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're burning things down. It's mad. Anyway, fair.
But yeah, man. So, this independent review urged Yvette Cooper, who's the Home Secretary, to issue a mandatory order to all 43 English and Welsh police forces and the British Transport Police to do so, right? But on Wednesday night, the government would not commit to implementing the recommendations, saying merely that the report would be sent to the departments to be considered alongside the views of other interested parties. It comes after the Telegraph revealed that the police forces and courts are routinely allowing criminals to self-identify their gender, with transgender rapists amongst those recorded as female. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they're doing. They're just allowing that sort of stuff, right? Critics are saying that allowing public bodies to remove sex from statistical records compromises research into women's issues and makes it difficult for researchers to spot trends in rape cases, of course, and also in medical trials or also in gender pay gaps. This is another thing that people are not thinking about. Because you can identify as whatever, when you thought there was a skew in the something between the men and the women, if all these a lot of these men start identifying as women, there's no gender gap. Because you ain't gonna lower their pay now that they're women. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's gonna work anyway. If it did, I'd definitely be a white man today.
But that's the consequences.
Well, not today. On TDA, I'd be black. But when I go to work, I'd be a white male.
Yeah, you got that fluid one.
Like 50. Age 50 and stuff. Bald in the middle and all that stuff. It's all confusing, but good luck to police. They don't do much, so...
Well, guys, that is it for the headlines.
So did you guys talk about the I can't remember who said it, what minister said it, but they basically said that asking Brits to fight the war if they go to war with Ukraine and Russia is not off the table.
Do you know what? I'm hearing more about that. I heard
Yeah,
George
you
Galloway
might want to
talking
get
about
your second passport.
This is what I'm saying. We were talking about this last week, right?
Mark, I hope you're still listening. Get that Jamaican passport.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah. Brent, you still got your Trinidad one, yeah?
Yes.
It's not expired, no?
No.
Oh, what? You renew it, for real?
Of course.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Well done. You're a great man.
No, because a lot of
To be
people...
fair, some people do.
Yeah, my Ghana expired. It expired ages ago. I'm telling you.
If I want to clean that up.
But-
Get the Nigerian one too.
I'm telling you. I really need to.
Maybe I'll be ready just before the war. It's crazy. I was like, what do you mean? People wouldn't like... They're like, yeah, it's not off the tables.
Yeah.
If people are needed, they will call people up.
Yeah. 100%.
But I'm like, are these things like, you must do it?
Or go to prison.
What kind of trade is that?
Fighting for your country.
I'd never go to prison though.
You'd rather, you said?
Yes. I'm not running away from bombs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hope you guys don't need the women. To be honest, this is one thing I was like, yeah, the men can take the lead. You can go forth and be a leader. What was all that submissive stuff? I submit my ass home. I stay at home. That's crazy.
To be fair, this is when... No, in fact, let me not even say that. Let me miss out the first
No,
part
you know
of
the
what I
black's
was
going to be up first.
100%, but let's all identify as something else. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's not going to work.
Well, I'll
Everybody, because there's
start
women
from
in the
now,
war.
guys. Start dropping them C's at work.
I just don't want to be a nurse.
So what do you think you could identify as to escape conscription?
I'll start growing my hair from now. And then...
Or religious thing?
No, I was in identify as a woman, innit?
But how are you not going to get called up? Women fight in an army?
Yeah, but probably after the men, though. Surely.
What did you say, women what?
Fight in the army.
They do.
Yeah, but surely not as quick as the men. Surely not.
No, but didn't you watch the 888 something? It's a really good film. It's got Kerry Washington on Netflix. Really good. Written by Tyler Perry, and it discusses these 8 women that were very, very vital during the war in America, one of the wars, and they were not given the credit that they deserved. And it basically was to do with them sorting out the mail, and it was actually affecting war performance because people had very low morale and stuff. And then, of course, there were racist back then. And all the white male soldiers tried to do it. Everybody had tried. Then they got the black women. Then they basically said to them, "You're gonna fail anyway," and they didn't. And it was absolutely lit.
I don't think I've even heard of
It's
it.
really good. It's
Isn't
on
it
Netflix. 888 something.
888,
Can someone help
okay.
me, please, in the chat? It's 888 something. It's got Kerry Washington in it. It's written by Tyler Perry, which is one of the most positive things he's ever done.
See, when you mention his name, I kind of lost a bit of interest. But
Yeah, you think Medea?
It's good. Yeah.
Well, Medea's not in there. It's Kerry Washington. It's a very serious thing. Well, that's helped. No one's helped me. 888 something. Let me see.
But, Emmanuel, you're still going to have your deep voice. So you have to start practicing, even though you say you just want to use your words and stuff.
Sorry.
But you have to look to start translating properly. Go on.
The 6888.
The 688.
That's
Okay.
it. It's really, really good.
Okay.
But anyway.
okay. No, but Brent, you can still have your deep voice nowadays, you know?
Yeah, I know, but this is before the call up, right?
I can't listen to serious
The
conversation.
the ones who look really, 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 really like OG
Yeah,
women,
yeah.
then it's harder to then say, all right, come line up, because you could just have long hair. You know what I'm saying? You know, many black men have long hair.
Yeah,
So
that's
you need
true.
to do more. What are you
No,
gonna
but
do?
what I'm
after
saying is you start there, innit? You start there.
yeah, I know you start there, but you have quite a manly face, Emmanuel. So just picture you with just locks. You'll have to do more, right?
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do then? Because obviously you gotta cut your beard off, right?
Yeah, I have to get rid of it.
Get rid of it completely. What next?
Oh, man.
I can't listen to serious conversation.
Hey, when's life or death?
Yeah,
You might have to be a
Just go to
woman.
one of the countries you're from.
Huh?
Just go to one of the countries you're
They're
from.
gonna look the borders.
Do you think so?
If it gets
you
crazy-
run now.
But you know what? It's one of those things that's why I'm leaning on the Holy Spirit to have just had me wake up one day and just book a flight.
Give you a heads up before.
Heads up before. They're gonna stay prayed up. Discernment, they call it. That's crazy.
Would you question your faith if you wake up and they're at your door because you didn't get the call?
No, it's the will of God, man.
Yeah?
If I must go, they're dragging me out, then it's the will of God.
Wouldn't you fight them though?
First of all, I'd rather
That
not
would
go.
be the opportunity to mash them up, innit? Because
I'm not gonna mash up 6 soldiers at my door.
They're gonna throw you on the front line.
There's 6.
So you might as well mash them up at the same time.
I asked them what are my options. What are my options? And they say, well, then you have to go to jail. Then I turn around, put my hand in the back, say, get me, officer. Let's go.
Suppose they trick you.
Oh, can you imagine? Like, yeah, sure, you can go to jail. But jail is Russia or Ukraine. That's crazy.
Oh man.
I hope it never gets to that. I don't want to live through a war.
Nah, man.
No, but like a war that I'm like, obviously there's wars all the time.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying.
Clarifying, yeah, no. I saw Busaya when I said that.
On them.
I saw Busaya twins when I said that. I thought, ooh, disappoint her.
She's like,
I saw her in my head.
what am I doing on this?
Big up Busaya twins every single time.
All
She
the time.
inspires me.
Time.
But no, I mean like where like I am dealing with it.
In your country, where you're
Like
based.
it's like it's just rubbling around. And again, not making light of it, but it's very difficult times.
Too late.
I don't make fun of it. I don't even care. I don't care.
Right,
But-
Jess, with the Mets.
That's okay. You better recognize I'm on the truth. I've got the truth in me today.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like living through rations and stuff like that, that's just terrible. People like, because I would think about the plague when people were put out the doors and stuff like that.
What's the
To be fair, they were doing that.
Wait. Keep the thought. What's the most ration-like food you've ever had to eat?
It was ration like food.
Yeah.
I like weird food combos. There's one, to be fair, where nobody who's ever known me to eat it understands. And they're just like, why are you like a slave or something? But I liked, when I was younger, I liked a sandwich, yeah, and I would have strawberry jam in it and sardines. I don't know how I discovered it. I just randomly decided, I woke up one day and I said, I'm craving this as a kid. And I started to make it, and it just slaps. It's a great balance of sweet, I guess savory. Fish is savory now. So, yeah, that gives like you're down bad. But I was not down bad.
That doesn't give you a down bad. Having a sardine?
No,
with
jam
strawberry jam,
and
though.
strawberry jam and sardine.
That's not down bad.
Really?
Sardines.
I
To be
guess,
fair,
I guess-
sardines probably cost as much as salmon now.
Being able to have
That's
fish
mad.
is
Fair.
struggle food.
No, but it's more the combo. So it's
I
not that it's
hear
struggle
that.
food.
I
It's
hear that.
more it's the combo that's like, that's weird. I can't think of a...
Wow, you privileged living. How about you, Manuel?
Yeah, but I'm Nigerian though.
What does that
Like,
mean?
say for example, like something that someone else from another culture might see as struggle food. So say like when you drink Gary,
yeah, that's true.
they will see that as that's a struggle food, but no, it's not. Have the right groundnuts in there, the crunchy roasted, fresh crunchy roasted ones. That's a nice meal. But people would see, if you're not from that culture, you feel like, why are you eating that?
What's Gary?
It's like grounded cassava.
Yeah.
It's like very grainy, and then you soak it in water. So you can have if you use hot water, then it becomes eba, which you can have like the F1 and all that, and like drawing soups. But if you just have it with water, it's like a porridge,
Yeah.
but not as dense and thick as porridge.
Okay.
Slaps.
How about you, Manuel?
Even Noreen said tuna is a struggle meal. But you know what? Yeah, when we were younger,
I love a tuna sandwich. I always get a tuna bagel.
I never
I'm gonna have a
knew.
tuna bagel for lunch.
But I never saw corned beef as like a struggle thing, you know?
But apparently people do.
Yeah, I didn't know till I was older.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Corned beef with yam,
Oh
boiled
my
yam,
goodness, I'm telling you.
even fried yam. Oh,
I look forward to corned beef
I'm saying.
that's an 8-star meal, maham.
and pasta.
Yes, even
Yes,
with pasta
exactly.
slaps.
Ooh, poor
But that's the
man's
thing, though. So people that
bolognese.
they see that,
Yeah, but I
That's
never saw it
mince.
that way. Thank you.
it's
Exactly.
mince. But people see that as a struggle meal. People actually call corned beef struggle meal. Uncultured.
So is that for you, Manuel? The corned beef?
To be fair, I've done something mad before.
Oh gosh, what?
I think, what did I have?
It's pre-vegan.
Yeah, but this was vegan. There was no.
It was vegan before there was vegan.
I think it was like bread. I had like strawberry jam as well,
Love a strawberry jam.
but I didn't have peanut butter, so I just had peanuts.
Do you know what's mad though? That's an extra crunch.
But there's only a few.
Right. So
More bread than peanuts.
so your struggle meal was like jam?
No,
Sandwich?
it was a literal manual peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But there was no butter. It was just peanut and jelly
Yeah, man. Just a
bread
bit-
sandwich.
Yeah, just a bit of.
Sprinkle nuts in it.
But try what else? I've had like white rice and butter before and all that stuff, but that's not
Yeah, people
really-
do that. People
yeah.
cook rice with butter though.
No, yeah, but just like you cook the rice, then
Just
it's
white
done,
rice.
and then you put the butter because there's no stew. Yeah,
Nah, man, I could not. That's crazy.
that was not. Yeah,
That's wild.
Hard times.
That's so slimy. Do
It's not, you know.
you know the people that have white rice and okra, like okra soup? Like the okra
Oh,
you eat eba with and
serious?
stuff.
I might have done that. You know,
They give that to kids actually.
Sorry, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with the okra and rice?
No, not
Stew
chunks
okra.
of okra. As in okra that's like a soup.
Yeah, the way we, you know, how do we?
You know how we went to Enish that time? You had the pounded jam
Yes,
and the thing.
yes.
So you can have a pounded jam and an okra soup version, right?
Yeah.
People have that soup version with
Yeah.
rice.
What's wrong with that?
It's so slimy.
Ah, okay, the
Sliders, yeah. What's your struggle meal? Because you like you're shy for both of us. Like, we didn't
Cornflakes
struggle.
and water.
Yeah, but if you're lactose intolerant, it makes sense.
And cricks and water.
What's cricks?
Just crackers.
Crackers.
That is a struggle meal.
Oh,
And I remember,
yeah, done that.
it was so sad.
So you've done that?
Yeah,
That's a struggle. As in like,
I forgot about that.
sorry.
But
Is that in place of cereal? Or was it just a snack?
No, sorry, there's a story behind it.
Okay, go on.
And my mother apologized so much before.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she gave it to us, and then she said, "This is never going to happen again." And then
Oh,
she had
that's
to
sad. That's
explain-
that's really sad.
Yeah, she had to explain how it happened. Somebody was supposed to get like a ration of something, like a bundle of something,
Yeah.
and it didn't drop it off for whatever
So
reason.
just make do.
Yeah. And she said,
that's
as
sad.
God's witness, she would never let us like be in this
Eat that
place.
die again.
I'm trying to make us sad, man.
Did
But
it?
This is
Don't
why
worry,
it
when we
was-
start talking about
it
the
was
serious,
so
I'm
vivid to me.
gonna revert.
This is why it was so vivid to me.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. And
Oh, big
as
up
mommy
auntie, man.
promised, it never happened again. I bet my like daddy wasn't home at that time. Not that he had gone somewhere to another family.
I never thought. First of all, I thought he was in a war or something. No one thought about another family.
No. He was just at
He was working.
he had gone on a teachers' conference thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But she said she had tried to call around, but
to see what.
yeah, and even went to neighbors and whatnot. But that was what they got from the neighbors. The
Crackers.
conflicts.
Was this in this country?
Yeah.
What did you think it was?
early doors, like when we just came.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was. I can understand as to how it is.
Yeah.
something like that kind of thing.
So it's crackers and water that, or was that the cornflakes and water?
There's both of them.
Oh, but
So we had
okay.
that was the options.
Oh, I thought you meant she did the crackers and water, said they're gonna happen again. Then she gave you cornflakes and water next time.
No.
See, women in STEM. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yo.
What happened?
Tomato ketchup on toast.
What?
Oh, the
No,
man
ketchup
from
on
Uncle.
toast. Oh, there's no sausages or
That's
anything like
like
that.
a
That's it.
I think.
That's like a plain pizza.
Yeah, give or
but
take.
that-
Depends how you
that-
look at it.
Yeah, that's mad. They ain't no cheese. That's
And you know
just-
what it is as well? Ketchup is. I like ketchup. I'm a ketchup lover. A lot of people hate on ketchup. I don't think it's deserved. But ketchup bareback, it can be quite tangy. Even Heinz. Do you get me? Like, when you're having with nuggets or with chips or something, it's got a compliment. Like, do you get me? Like, so when you're having just that and plain bread, it's tight.
It's toasted.
It make a damn difference. It's just hard bread now. Actually, it would be worse if it was plain bread. It would be worse if it was plain bread.
There was another one that I saw. Oh, man,
people go through things, man. Like, as a parent, I feel like that must be so hard not having not being able to give your kids the things that they want. That's why when kids ask for too much, I shut up, man. Sometimes kids are always asking for stuff. Now your parents are feeling bad because they can't give you what you want. This time, what you want is a car. Sit down, you got a roof over your head.
Remember when our parents used to always tell us what they used to go through at our age? Like it was supposed to basically
100%.
just...
My mum still does that.
Oh, serious?
She still does that. I look at her, I'm like, so why did you come here then? If you wanted this struggle life, why did you come here? My grandma loved it as well. My grandma would tell us, so when she was younger, she would go to school all day, come back home from school. Then her mum was like roasting peanuts or something to sell. Then she would get that sorted out and do that. Then she would fetch water. I'm looking at her like, you're a nurse. You're a qualified nurse that got your degree from England. I go to a private school. And because I'm too tired to do my homework, this is the story I get. Girl. BFFR.
You went to private school?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
In Nigeria, yeah.
Oh, serious?
My brother went to a private school here, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Money long over there.
To the glory of God.
Yeah, exactly.
The inflation's got it, though. Got us all.
What did your father used to tell you about what he did at your age that you're like, wow, okay. Raw. Couldn't be me.
Me?
Yeah. Or your mother.
They couldn't be me. Like, they wanted to do this.
To be fair, nothing like mad. It's most of the fetching water, walking for like miles to get water and then coming back, that sort of stuff. But then I kind of experienced it when I went back home, innit?
I was going to say, have you ever fetched water? I've fetched water before.
Oh, 100% at school, yeah.
You had a well in my grandma's house. My granddad and grandma had a house. As in, like, the house was side by side. It's actually cute. Looked painted the same color, whatever. But we obviously lived in my granddad's house, and then my grandma's house had like tenants and whatever, and that was a holiday home for people that would come. Okay. But behind that house was where I always had a fear of falling into it.
Yeah, 100%.
I had a fear of falling into it.
Yeah. 100%.
And as a kid, you just play around there. Like, we'd always be playing. Like, why are you doing that? Why would you do that?
Yes.
But when people fall into it, they get them out and they're alive. Someone climbs. Someone just climbed. I've actually witnessed it one time because there was a house in front of our house and they had a well and someone fell into it. A kid fell into it or something like that. And they climb in. Obviously, it's a tricky. It's not that they just climb on in happily because you don't know where the water ends. You don't know. You don't know where you don't know, really and truly. And they climb into, they get the kid out.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
Obviously, when it gets settled down, you definitely get smacked for that because why were you? What
Exactly.
we doing? It's foolishness.
But I was like, and at school though, it was like it was far though. We had to walk far. This obviously when the showers and that are not working, innit?
Yeah.
We had to walk far and then obviously fetch your water and stuff, and then you got to try and balance that all the way back to school.
Oh my gosh, the worst is when the seniors then make you fetch their water as well.
Can you imagine?
There's a lot of bullying that goes on in in schools back home. It's crazy. Like, what do you mean I'm setting up your shower stuff? Like,
imagine.
What do you mean?
Oh man.
Did they ever spice up any of the stories, the accounts, well, in a manner in which did they tell the story in a manner in which you thought they were spicing it up?
I think Nigerian parents always claim that they came first in the class.
No, I'm talking about
But we ain't got first
things
money.
that they did that we couldn't even look to fathom to do.
I didn't think that. Give us an example because you clearly
I'll
have
give you an
one.
example.
Go,
right?
go.
So my father had a bare stories. He was born in South, innit?
Yeah.
And South people are different everywhere. In every single country. That's how was going on. So anyway, so he used to walk to school every day. And the school is like 10 miles, right? Cool. After walking to school, during walking to school, he had to pass by this bridge where there were always alligators. And at any point in time, you can buck an alligator.
Okay,
right?
fair.
And they had certain things that you had to do in order to evade the alligators if they were now roaming around this bridge. Anyway, on his way back now, he had to pass by a family friend's farm to kill some pigs.
Okay.
This is age what? Guess.
If you tell me he was 5, I swear. He can't even be 13 doing all of this.
So 5 is the one that would be
Little
wild.
David and Goliath.
Nothing
It's
older than
giving
that.
David and Goliath. It's even David tending the sheep. That's what it's giving.
So 5, you're going for 5.
I'm saying no, but I'm saying 5 is so
That's
ridiculous.
the weirdest one. Nothing above that could still be as weird.
No, I think
No,
I think even
100%.
12 is weird.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
13 is weird.
Up to
Right.
15 even.
15 is weird.
Yeah.
Like you got to do this as a young man, and you got to be getting paid for this slaughtering that you're doing up and
Killing
down.
pigs at 12, right? So you're taking life.
They did 12.
12.
And you know it's not easy
Pigs,
to
no
kill,
less.
to kill pigs. You
Of
know?
course, it's not the big and
It's
fat and
not at all.
stuff.
Not at all. Not at all. But then, anyway, sometimes he would be a little disobedient, and he would cut through the sugarcane plantation, right? The sugarcane field. And in order to get there, he needed to jump on a train with his rest of his brethren, right?
What?
And then sit with the legs dangling, and then jump off, and then grab some sugarcane, jump back on the train, and then you would see the caretaker of the field running. You stupid kids! Da, 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 da. One time, the guy caught him.
Caught them,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what happened?
Got flogged him with the sugar cane.
Beat him. he said all his friends ran and didn't come to help him. So obviously, I'm just thinking, this sounds like fun. If
know
you're
what? It
telling
sound-
me this,
I promise
if you're
you,
telling me this to basically say that I've got it too good, take me back.
This sounds, I'll be honest with you. This sounds like a
swap
daily
seas.
adventure.
Let's swap seas.
And it sounds like you had a great time. It actually,
God damn
it
it.
sounds good. It sounds like a story.
I have early set diabetes.
For you.
No.
Oh, so when you told me to take it back. So when you told me you wanted to swap lives, he started telling you what the repercussions of all of this was.
Anyway, I think I've told you all before about all of the stories about zombies and like voodoo stuff that my father used to share, because we used to live next door to
A witch,
like a
wasn't it?
practicing witch. Yeah. Mental. But obviously, times have changed.
Did she ever die? How did she die?
I don't know how she died, but what I was saying is that she remained in the basement after she died.
Oh, is it?
So no one went in to check the body.
Guarding the gold.
Wait, did you know this or did your dad tell you this part as well?
My father told me this. Yeah. And things
And no
like-
one ever went in to get the gold?
Yeah, he did. He said a group of them in the village. went to go
What?
when they didn't get it.
They went to
because-
rob a dead witch.
Yeah. But she turned into a snake.
So she was the snake
So
was
there
on the
was a
gold.
snake, and then the head was the face of the woman.
And she was laying on the gold.
Yes.
In my mind, it's a pile of gold.
What? Yes.
It's like a pile of gold. So she was just laying on the guarding the gold.
I don't
snake.
know the specifics of where she was laid up regarding where the gold was. I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in the fact that it was a snake
a
in
snake
there
with a human head.
With a human head. Yeah.
It's, what,
Do you think
and the
it's
pups
possible?
told you this?
Yeah.
You know what the thing is? Some of these stories sound mad, but they're true, man.
Shut up, man. You talking about your whole boarding school. What was that thing you told us
But
again?
he said, I remember when I talked to him and I brought up, he's like, I don't know what about, I can't remember the story. So that means he lied to me.
Of course he liked
Which one? Which one? you talking about?
Basically, there was
When
some
they touch
sort.
you.
No,
No.
not
Okay,
that one.
okay.
Oh, not that one. That
Okay.
one.
Wait,
don't
you
have-
remember telling me that one?
Which one? The touch when they touch you?
Yes.
To this day,
I told you
if somebody brushes past me,
you check your penis is still there.
to this day. No, because you've got to act quickly.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
To be fair
to
though,
this day.
I told you when Jola on, I said what I said, talking about someone's breast was missing. The woman had one breast missing.
You see what I'm
so
saying?
she was shouting, yeah. Then people were like, some guy said, let me see.
I
I wanted to check the other breast, but and then he took it.
wait. I understood why you were saying, let me see. But
Oh man,
them's the earliest transitions, isn't it?
you know what I mean?
Before the medical.
How can you have one breast missing and you think you're being helped and then they take the other one?
Can you imagine? Oh man.
Listen, yeah, Africans are never making it out of the hood.
It's too much.
Oh, gosh.
So many different things that happen.
So you basically said that there was some sort of lizard creature underneath your bloody school, because you had some sort of tunnel passageway under the school. And
Nah, I don't remember this stuff.
yeah, no, I just made it all up.
100%.
And in the kitchen is where it is that you would see the drain pipe thingy-majiggy. That's where it is. You can look down and you can see the draining system. But obviously, in fact, I'm gonna call Steve and see if he remembers this story.
Yeah, I don't remember that, man.
Yeah, let me continue talking. I'm gonna.
Let me continue talking.
I do remember there was one story that my auntie was telling me about.
Yeah.
Funny enough, but might be another early day transition thing. And basically, essentially, what it is that the man was somebody who was heavy into like black magic sort of stuff, right? And his wife wasn't.
Okay.
Right? But you know, a lot of the time they try to initiate the kids into it from when they're born.
When they're young, yeah.
So his wife is just a normal, I think she might have been a Christian, I don't know, whatever it is, yeah. Her mum, however, is somebody who's initiated into some sort of thing as well.
Okay.
So she's aware of what's going on.
Okay, yeah.
When when her daughter basically relates to her what happens in the house. Long story short, what happens is when you're pregnant and whatnot, you're lying down in a particular way, but at night.
Phone care.
So she wakes up in the night, yeah, and she feels that her belly feels flat.
What? She's pregnant?
Yes. So she's concerned. But you know, you might wake up and think, wait a minute, this is a bad dream.
I'm just dreaming, yeah.
Exactly. Especially when in the morning it's not flat.
Because what's the baby gone on a walk? Of course not.
Exactly. But it happens more and more. And she's concerned. So she speaks to her mum like, what's going on? Like,
Baby
am I
keeps
dreaming?
getting missing.
Yeah. And the mum, obviously, because she's initiated, right? But the daughter doesn't know that her mum is.
Okay.
But her mum knows, and she uses her mind to be like, okay, you know what? Like, because I guess maybe for her daughter, she didn't want this particular thing to occur.
Yeah.
Right? So she said, you know, when it happens next time, come to my house. So essentially what happens is when this man wakes up, he says his incantation. Yeah. He takes the baby from his wife into himself, goes to his midnight meetings. In the morning, just before, he puts the baby back. So when she's gone to the mums, he's come back. There's no baby, no
now
woman.
He's got to stay pregnant.
Now he's got to stay pregnant. So the man was walking around the village with big belly.
So she never came back.
She never came back.
I vaguely remember you telling me this.
This is a true story, man.
It's a true story.
So I think the man obviously later died, I guess, isn't it?
Well, yeah, can't give birth for your bum, your penis.
He got his belly open.
Oh yeah, they could have had a C-section.
Sorry, do you all believe this kind of stuff?
It's true, Brent.
Look, I'm asking you where you stand on this, right?
You know where you stand.
The words, it's true.
It's facts.
Yes.
Like, back home, it's a bit different, right? You hear different things. Obviously, over here, it's like white magic and then things there, right?
Yeah.
It's the things that you're seeing happening, but you're like, oh, there's an explanation. It's, it's just a trick of the hand or whatever, right? But out of the things that you've heard back home, because I'm guessing you haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
But your parents, have they seen anything?
Just like how your pop saw the snake.
No, I believe my father when he said what he said.
That's
right?
what I'm saying to you. Yes.
No, but I'm not just talking about the snake, right? Because that was when he was young. So I don't know, things might get
foggy as you
go. 100%. But one example of the thing I do believe is my mother's account of when it is that she had Daryl in the back, and I think Kimmy was in the tummy.
Yeah.
And she was driving back from teachers college, and there's this particular bend in the road. Driving up a hill, these particular bends are really, really sharp. Morning. And she got to this part driving up this hill where just all of the You've been listening to stories. You got any stories for us?
I don't.
You have any stories for us?
What stupid stories? Ain't
Not
true.
stupid stories,
Stupid
but
stories.
stories that like certify that you're Jamaican.
Serious things.
No, I don't think so. Let me think what he's talking about.
Such a British baby, man.
Huh?
You're such a British baby, bro.
They're trying to call you to war. We might want to get a Jamaican passport.
I'm still gonna be a British citizen though.
You're gonna fight that war against Ukraine.
Me?
I was telling him he's the first that they're gonna come to because he's already on record holding guns and stuff.
I wouldn't pass
Your
the
experience.
Yes.
I wouldn't pass the physical. I told you.
Yeah, he said
Do you know this funny? They'll get Gina to train you. They'll be like, that's right. You've got a few instructors on lock.
Anyway, so there's this steep curve, right? Turn.
Yeah.
And all the brakes stopped working, everything stopped working. It's just bam.
Damn.
And she just not working.
It's mine.
Yeah, it's yours. You left it here yesterday.
Oh.
Were you looking for it?
No.
Aha. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
And she was careening
Oh, damn.
right off the side of this particular mountain, like gone clean. It's only death at the bottom, right?
That's horrible.
And she just closed the eyes. She started praying. She said she took her hands off the steering wheel. As clear as day, she took her hands off the steering wheel. And obviously, Dale's in the back. He's a baby, and whatever. So all of a sudden, now she says, right as she's praying, she opened her eyes, and the steering wheel turns.
I believe that.
Turns. Her hand's not on the steering wheel.
Won't Jesus do it? We will take the wheel.
And it turns sharp. And as soon as it turns sharp, then the brakes
Unlocks. basically.
Yeah. And it just
That's
she
wonderful. That's a
sat
miracle.
there, and all she did, she cried.
Just cry and
she
pray
basically-
and just thank God.
Thank God. I can believe that kind of
I
stuff,
believe
right?
that. Yeah.
Obviously, the whole snake head and this, the annex. I mean,
Yeah, stuff like
that's
that.
a bit different. And
I
the
think stuff like that, though.
the sucunyo, you heard of sucunyos?
Who's sticking yours?
Sucunyos, you heard of sucunyos?
Why you say that? That
Because I want to see the Caribbean coming onto me. You heard of sucunyos?
have you heard of a sticking yours?
Is that like a succubus?
What?
It does suck blood.
Okay.
It does suck blood. It's a mixture between a man and a bat.
Serious?
Yeah.
How big is it?
A big bat, man.
That is crazy.
I ain't got no story.
like
Just
the one
only
that-
that Anansi stories.
You know them folk tales. So is this like what's the sucking Is it like that big bat that was in Australia? The one that was hanging.
No,
in
it's
someone's-
a man that is a bat.
I can believe what part of
A
the world is he in?
Batman.
What part of the world is he in? Your mug.
In Trinidad,
man.
it's a thing in Trinidad.
But it's like the Indians that were there, or
Wow,
is it like?
you thinking that it's the Indians that brought this?
No,
Really?
I just had an interesting conversation the other day,
Talk to me. What did you hear about?
and I was
Indians?
just saying, not to hear anything about Indians. There's certain parts of the world where they have very unusual things and like unusual people.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So I'm not even gonna put this on myself. But back in the day when I used Snapchat, yeah, there was like this this channel that would show you like the most unusual things in the world, like unusual illnesses, unusual allergies, unusual features and stuff like that. And all the ones that were always animal related
Ah, right. Okay.
always came from certain parts
Yeah.
of Asia.
I've seen the animal, human, like
Like the
slices.
elephant, all that stuff. So it's just very, that's why I asked, because I'm like, if that's the case, I'd believe that.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of people do. You know what? Let me not say a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people from Nigeria, especially those who are into like esoterical spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
They say India is the
Is where it's
place.
at.
I'm telling
It
you,
looks like it.
where the source.
Gosh.
You know, this is what
Fresh
this is
from
what
there.
they're telling me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they have 1,001 different like deities and stuff that they.
Yeah, the worship.
Yeah, man, and they all, a lot of them are animal, mix up things and that makes sense.
Funny enough, just I think a few days ago I saw a clip of one guy who like I think he might have been a farmer or something.
Yeah.
And like one of his potatoes basically grew, and it was shaped like I don't know, shaped in some peculiar way, and he saw this as a sign of one of his gods because it had like maybe six, you know what I mean?
The
like
wings.
yeah, something.
What?
Yeah. you know, like some of their gods have like 8 arms and all that sort of stuff. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
Who's God?
Like-
in Asia.
In Asia.
Oh,
some in
so
Asia.
it was an Indian man that was growing potatoes.
Yeah.
And then one of the potatoes came out looking like the gods.
Yeah.
And then he worshipped it?
Well,
Probably.
yeah, 100%. He
More
brought
than likely.
it to the rest of the village, and everyone saw this as like a sign of 100%.
You know, like illiteracy is such a.
You think it's because they're
I
illiterate?
think partly though, because even like when I think about like some of the stories that I hear in Nigeria and stuff, I'm like. But I do think that stuff like with snakes having human heads and stuff like that, I think that some of those things, I do believe that spiritually there are things like that can happen. But I think that sometimes as well, people's minds can allow them to see these things. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like we can be in this room like this, but then there might be someone who is spiritually charged. And God might just reveal something different to them.
Well, everybody always says like 5 people could be in a room, see the same thing differently.
yeah.
Never heard that, but
Oh, you haven't heard that?
No.
Their accounts are completely different, each person. Like they
Different
say,
perspectives, isn't it?
But that's different though. I'm talking about singing things. So I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 of us in this room. Say a fifth person comes in, they see 10 people in this room. They see 4 demons just chilling.
do you think you've ever entertained angels unaware? I think I have.
I think
Yeah,
I
I
have.
think so. Yeah.
Because there were times when it is, I swear down, I have company, and I turn around to talk to them, they're not there.
Nah,
And they're not pew, down the train carriage and whatnot.
Yeah.
They're just not there anymore. There was no stop. It was in between stops. A bit of happy slappy types. Did you
Yeah.
ever participate
do you
in
think
that?
an angel slapped you?
No.
Oh.
You was out here slapping people.
No, it wasn't. But there was a time when it is a thought that a group of men were looking to basically
Slap
make me
you
a
up.
victim.
You had no, not me.
Imagine.
Yeah.
And so what did you do?
I think Steve was there as well, to be honest.
So what did you and Steven do? 'Cause you love to do double trouble.
No, we didn't do anything. But I'm thinking maybe they saw like a myriad of angels around me.
How did they
Or
slap you?
man them around me.
Man, them angels.
No, as in they appeared to be man them.
Angels in do-rags.
See where you're going with it?
Hey, why?
Look, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to understand.
That's how the Hebrew Israelites will see angels. Pick
Do-rags.
up the Hebrews. Yeah, I'm telling you.
In my mind, there are times when I'm walking down some sort of alleyway, right? Dark and dingy, and there are racists about. And they never trouble me. And I always think maybe they can't see me because obviously, God has covered me.
Yeah.
Or they just hear footsteps.
Do you know what? I do.
Or they see like 20 man them
I do. Okay, mine
next
is.
to me. So like, yeah, let me leave that guy.
I don't have man them protecting me, but I do believe in stuff like that though, where like people that like the evil spirits disturbing them and they terrorizing everybody, but then they would get around you and they would just be calm. He that is in me is greater than he that's in you, bro. So
Mm.
I don't have no stories, man. I'm sorry, guys.
You tried to
I
pluck
tried.
somewhere, it's nothing. You just tried to pluck somewhere, it's nothing. But
One
funny
time-
bando stories.
One time I was with a
You
girl.
ever seen
What?
any duppies in the bando?
No, there was Bloody Mary. She was in my school, and she died upstairs, and we couldn't go upstairs because one time a kid went up there and he never came back.
Serious.
one more time, start again. You said that too quick. Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. She was an old school dinner lady in my primary school.
Her name was Bloody Mary, or you guys.
Her name was
coined-
Mary, but she died. There was someone broke into the school and they killed her. But it was upstairs.
Oh,
in
is
the
it?
attic.
Yeah, sorry. You see what happened just now?
What happened?
He said someone broke into the school
And killed her.
and killed her.
Yeah, but someone didn't break
Wait,
in and
what
get
do you
that
mean?
little boy
What
to
do you mean
disappear.
break in? What do you mean break in? Whilst everybody's home, right? She's in the kitchen.
I don't know. It was years before we were there.
What?
It was
Tell the
years,
story properly.
I
was
should have
years
killed the
before we was
potato.
there.
He was
Back to that before you
started.
basically share it with the world.
Bloody Mary died. She was upstairs in the attic. You thought so like there's a level of the school that no one goes to because Bloody Mary's up there.
Oh, does she live on the grounds, on school grounds? Like the caretakers and
Don't
stuff?
ask me the
Now she
questions.
Now she does, yeah.
She started up her own home.
And one time a kid went up there and he never came back.
She never came back.
He never came back.
And what happened?
We don't know that. We think Bloody Mary killed him. I'm telling you.
That nigga just went home, man.
Went home. Unfortunately, that day his parents happened to got a new job and had to move. And that was it.
I have no stories like that, man. My stories are like, you can't really share them. One time I was chilling with a girl and she made a part of my body just totally disappear.
Oh, it's so stupid.
What part?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
wanted the part.
Don't do that.
Because I'm still stuck on the penis disappearing and the breast disappearing.
He's also saying the piece of penis disappeared. But inside of her.
You would have never had it back.
It was a different technique.
Oh, you're a mug.
Don't ask questions. God damn it.
Well, that'll do it.
Oh man.
All right, thank you. We can now move into what
What you
you're
saying?
saying.
Yep.
This is why we did this. Cool.
There's a couple clips though. All right, people. Topic of the day. To be fair, there was meant to be some sort of structure to it, yeah, but I don't think we're gonna get into all that. We might have to leave that for a bit later. But yeah, man. I guess we just have to jump into it. Brent, there's 3 clips there. But for those people who do not have the context, everything that was happening yesterday, big up Jackie as well. She made me aware of what was going on.
Came back. It was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Lauren. No, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back because we had a whole plan even how when I came back, I picked her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave. But she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a full host, move her in another way. Why she gotta be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with just the best until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was hired as just with the mess. Till she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff. Then that's when just with the mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was presented. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Who said that though? Because the internet said that?
What are we talking about? No. This is our listeners. This is yeah. Why can't we? Ever since I came back, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Lauren. Nah, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back because we had a whole plan. Even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a full host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was hired as Jess with the mess. Till she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff. Yes. Then that's when Jess with the mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was presented. So I'm like, all right, cool.
But who said that though? Because the internet said that?
What are we talking about? No. This is our listeners. This is yeah. Why can't we? Ever since I came back, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Lauren. I was
the third time. I was about to say I've heard this.
Just so everybody can hear minus the echo.
Oh, okay, lovely.
Yeah. You want to play the second clip?
Yes, please.
Right.
So the second clip's a bit longer. I believe it's like 3 different slides. Cool. But I think that's what preceded this.
Oh, the Instagram live.
Yeah, she went live on Instagram and basically was talking. One would say.
Firstly, she's a psychopath.
I had no reason to fucking hate on that girl.
No,
I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these niggas is doing shit up here that I don't like. Okay. Got it. Now, it's her segment. I went to the person who does the intros, the sounds. I went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Lauren her intro. Take Jess with the mess, all that shit. She says, things can't just change like that. Why the fuck not? Why not? Y'all changing everything else, and I'm the only one that don't know. My goofy ass don't know nothing. I'm just coming to work every day, just zippity-doo-dah-day. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, take my name out that shit. Just with the mess is, I had no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm, like not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela, you ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make her out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'ma play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open. All the time. Now, how about y'all clear some of this shit up for you? We supposed to be a team up. She started doing the news. I'm like, all right, look, that's our segment. Take me off that shit. Y'all give her that shit. Take me off that shit. This is her segment. Now, this is no longer Jess with the mess. You know, got dark fast as a mother. Okay. I said, take me off that shit. This is no longer my segment. I said it. Take me off of that. Give it to her. Charlamagne said, nah, I don't want it to be her segment. It damn near sure is already. Like it's her segment. She's reading it and she's doing it to the best of her ability. Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. That's why I picked her. Y'all need to understand something. I'm never hating on Shorty. I already told her. I tell her every day. I tell her she's pretty every day. I tell her every day. I big up this woman every day. Every day. She started doing the news. I'm like, all right.
Yes.
Sorry, can I just say that this started though from some guy, he's a comedian, right? And he and Jess apparently have had beef for like years.
Corey,
yeah. So he was on his podcast show. I like men that are just in women's business like that. So about he actually said that he wants to see her downfall. I think that's such a that's such a like it's okay for you not to like somebody or not feel like they deserve the things they've been given or blah 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 blah. It's not okay, but cool, you feel that. But to actually say like I'm actually sitting here waiting for your downfall is different. But he basically was talking about how Lauren is much better presenter and blah 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 than Jess is. Come to find out anyway from all of this that happened yesterday, Lauren is a producer on the show.
Yeah.
She's like, E-man.
Anyway, what's your questions before I go off?
No, go ahead.
So
Wait, I thought she done that video. They said that she got fired. She got sacked or whatever.
No, she didn't. She's just ranting. So the guy posted.
So she
when
ain't
he
been
posted,
sacked?
No, she's still there.
Still there.
She was there yesterday. They talked about her. So basically, that guy posted this thing, blah blah blah. I think the clip has been like, because Lauren said she saw it like a week ago, but she never brought it up because she just felt like, oh, whatever. She just didn't want to. She didn't feel a need to bring it up to Jess or anything like that. So I think that video went viral and whatever. And then he started a conversation, blah blah blah. Then she's just basically venting her frustrations. The reason I get where she's coming from, I do feel like she probably should have had a conversation with them and whatever the case is. I can't take away from that. I think she should have done that. But by what she said, she has had many conversations and nothing has come from it. So obviously when Jess got pregnant, first of all, I think it's very, very mad that people keep essentially telling her like, how could you get pregnant then? Like, you don't know people's situations when it comes to like pregnancy and whatever. And I don't think that in this day and age where we live in, I don't feel like women getting pregnant should be the death of your career. Yes, she just got the job or whatever. I don't think that the week before her pregnancy was when they signed the contract. They would have known that she was going to be on the show. She'd been a guest host for months or weeks on the show before it was officially announced and whatever. So obviously people are saying to her like she basically fumbled the bag by getting pregnant after she got a new job or whatever.
She made the decision. She said she got pregnant on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's fair because I've now got the security of this job. I can go ahead and get pregnant because I get maternity leave.
I reckon she wasn't concentrating though.
Fair. I don't know what happens to her in Chris's bedroom. But
no, I'm saying like obviously she's within her rights to do it. But
yeah,
if you hire someone and you are starting at and then they purposely go and get pregnant, it's like
no, but it's not about purposely going pregnant. I'm not going to pause my pregnancy for a show.
Yeah, but then, and obviously, yeah, so you're saying what's more important to you. So anything that comes off the back of that is kind of on you.
Yeah, but the thing is, though,
it's a
she
decision
didn't
you
get...
made, isn't it?
I hear what you're saying, and you're right, but she didn't get fired for being pregnant. So people bringing up the pregnancy is not something that her employers have brought up. It's not something any of her other hosts have brought up. It's something that the public are bringing up, and I just think that's very distasteful. Like, to say that someone fumbled the bag for getting pregnant is wild. They said the same thing about Cardi. People are still begging her for her next album. That was 7 years ago. This whole narrative about when you get pregnant, you lose everything or you fumble things, that narrative and that mindset needs to move from society. It's not right. You can't make people feel guilty. You don't know if she had a miscarriage before she started the job or whatever the case was, and this is a miracle baby, and you're sitting there saying that you got pregnant, that was dumb of you, that was stupid. Because people are actually cussing her for getting pregnant. You can't do stuff like that.
I think, yeah, no, that's rude. But obviously, I think it depends on how you look at it. If someone came here now as a guest host and was fighting it out with other people, whether they was here for months or not, and then we was like, you know what, this person's lit. Yeah, we're gonna give them the job, and then we're doing our thing, and then we're building. Yeah, and then not by accident, they purposely decide to go and start a family in a few months, and then they leave, and then we bring in cover for them, and then the cover's better than them. Yeah. You can't come back talking about how can you not replace me. It's like whatever happens.
You can though.
No, because if you was here working every day, this person wouldn't even be here. In
any business where you hire a woman, you should be aware. Like saying that is a privilege that you can say as a man, because all you have to do is take 4 weeks paternity leave. That's it. Your career isn't like you don't have to pause your career. You don't have to rethink your career. You don't have to make a plan B for your career because you're gonna go off being pregnant.
Yeah, but if you do that, you're openly saying this show's not your priority, though, isn't it?
No, but nothing should be your priority when it comes to your family life, though. Is the point I'm saying? And this is a part of the issues that happen when it comes to people talking about working and what being a mother is like and what being a father is like. I brought up on Tuesday, where men get to go and be promoted and excel in whatever career goals and aspirations you have because you're a man and there is no pressure on you to be the sole caretaker of a child. I shouldn't have to pause. I shouldn't have to strategize when I can go and get pregnant, because if she got pregnant a year from her signing, people will still say that's too early. If she got pregnant 2 years into it, like there's never going to be a good enough time to get pregnant.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I'm like, what you're saying is not wrong at all, but I feel like you have to be fair and look at it from everybody's point of view. If I'm doing my thing and I got an event manager and I hire my new event manager, and I got all these events coming up and I got a long calendar of events coming up. She beat everybody out. I'm rating her. I signed her. We're making plans. And while we was making these plans and doing these interviews and all that, you never spoke to me and told me that you was going to be taken off because you're trying for a baby or none of this kind of stuff. And then a couple months into it, you get a baby and you go. You're within your rights to start your family. Everything you're saying is true, but for me, that's running my events and all that. I'm thinking, what are you doing?
Yeah, but
because
it's what you said though. You're thinking. It's not something that you say to somebody to then make them feel bad about doing something that naturally they're the only person in a family dynamic that could do. Like I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. However, the reality of it is that this attitude of you fumbled the bag, you ruined your career, you've done this, whatever the case might be, because you got a new job, has to be eradicated from society. It is unfair because who else is going to have the baby?
Yeah,
and again, like I said, though, if she did it a year,
you get to moan about it.
But it's different. It's different if she had the baby and left them high and dry. Okay. She had the baby and said, "This is the person who I know will deliver while I'm gone. She's going to sit in for me, right?" Lauren is coming, and Lauren was a producer on the show anyway, so it even makes it easier. She already knows the team. She works with them, blah blah blah. She's come in there and done that now. The way I saw it, Lauren was maternity cover, and a lot of jobs they do tell you that this role is a temporary role. It's a role for 1 year. In corporate world, they do that. They let you know this is a temporary role. It's for a year. It's for this. It's for whatever the case is. Because you can't then. Yes, you can say that person is better than blah blah blah. But what you then do is you find another role for the person. It's not right for women to be in jobs and have fear of getting pregnant. Meanwhile, society is letting them know that they've got their eggs are aging every other day. Like, what are we supposed to do then? So anyway, she then gets Lauren to sit in for her, whatever the case might be, which is fine. But then I definitely did wonder when Jess came back, like, why is Lauren still there? And then obviously she's saying that she thought, okay, do you know what? Because Jess with the Mess again was her, like with their show, similar to here, you get the news given to you, you present it, whatever the case was. Her Jess with the Mess thing is her reacting to the news and whatever and reporting what's been given to her. Sometimes they write false information and she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, they got it wrong. She's like, I saw this and whatever the case might be, cool. And I get what she's saying about no one had an issue with her just with the messing and reacting to stuff. And obviously when Lauren came, and when I brought up earlier in the show, in the intro, when I said how you can't depend on public support, was because Angela Yee was getting cooked for years. The reality, let's just assume that Jess did get fired. She didn't get fired, but let's just assume she leaves and they put Lauren in there. It's only a matter of time before people turn on Lauren. It's only a matter of time before someone like, let's just say someone like Cardi's personality comes in there to host for whatever reason. Lauren's doing whatever Lauren's doing. And then now they're like, oh, she's a lot more fun than Lauren. The issue is that where one or more women are gathered in a space, they must always be put against each other. There's no issue.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, there's no, like, Lauren is good at what she does. Lauren has got, I think she's got like a journalism degree. She's worked at TMZ. She's done all that stuff. She is not a personality in the way that Jess was. Lauren did audition for the job, but she didn't get the job as the host because they didn't feel like she was the right fit to be the host. However, what they did say was that you're very talented, blah, blah, blah. You can be the producer of the show. Yeah. So do you get what I mean? So it's just sad that they've done that. But I get what Jess is saying in that I came back and you're meant to be sitting in for me, but yet you're here every single day.
But she's better than her though.
No, but that's the thing though. She's better than her in Lauren presenting the news. Lauren is not a better personality, a radio personality than Jess.
I don't know, but Jess got a job off the strength of her personality. Yeah, the show feels better with Lauren there. Like, it's not about being the person. Like, your personality is not just gonna. It's not just gonna cover you and just make
It
you be
did
able
though,
to.
because she got the job over Lauren.
Initially, that was before Lauren was there, though.
No. I'm saying to you, Lauren had weeks. So before, when Angeli was, I think after she left, they had a bunch of guest hosts.
Yeah.
They had Portia come in, they had Cardi come in, they had a bunch of people. Obviously, some of them were just fun celebrity friends, and they had people that actually wanted the job, right? Lauren was one of the people that was auditioning for the job. Lauren had a few weeks there, and also there's people that were like, oh, she will be a good, like, people were in the comments like, oh, this person will be a good host, not this person, not that person. Lauren was in there auditioning for the job. However, but wait, Lauren didn't get the job.
Yeah, but not
because Lauren doesn't
not
have
because,
the full package that the Breakfast Club wanted.
Exactly, that's the point I'm making. It's not because she wasn't good. It's because of the popularity and
exactly. So
and
when you
all that stuff,
so when you say that Lauren is better than Jess, you can't say then she's better. If it was a case where she didn't, if she didn't get the job, not because she's not good, then it can't be a case where you're saying she's better than Jess.
No, but now
she isn't.
Now she's gone, and they're running the show without her, and the way it's running smooth, and the setup and the product that they're putting out is actually better. So then obviously you realise all that whole celebrity and fame and popularity don't actually mean nothing for the product that we're actually putting out. This is better.
But how do you have two people apply for a job, and you don't apply like? I think I'm missing what you're saying, because it's not a thing where they only got introduced to Lauren after Jess. Was it too high?
No. I think Brent just touched on.
Oh yeah, they didn't only get introduced to Lauren after Jess left. They knew Lauren. Lauren was there. Lauren auditioned for the job. Lauren had covered episodes and whatever the case was. They were aware of what Lauren brings in terms of the packaging of the show.
Yeah,
so
but they got it wrong. In their mind, they thought they got blinded by the shiny things, isn't it? Jess has got a nice profile, and they're thinking this is what we need.
They didn't hire Jess for popularity, for just popularity.
What else did they do it for?
Obviously her personality, obviously the vibe that she brought to the show. A lot of people started watching the show again because Jess was on there. I get, like, popularity is still value. Right, because if they'd hired Lauren, but I don't know what that would have done for the numbers or whatever. That is still part of Jess's value. Like Jess's value, Jess didn't just get the job because she's a celebrity and because she knows Charlemagne and she's popular. That's not the only reason why she got the job.
She's good at what she does.
She's good at what she does. But my issue is that we can't say Lauren is better when all we've seen Lauren do is what she did in the audition stage that didn't get hired.
But the thing is though, Esther, the only reason why I disagree with you is because you're right in that when they actually did their, let's just say, interviews, Jess performed better. She had more scores, there's more to like about it. She brought more to the table. Yeah. However, I think when they've given Lauren the chance to be there, because Jess is not there, right? She's had more time. She's had maybe the duration of the maternity leave. She's got in, she's blended with the team. Yeah. I think the listeners plus the team have realized, wait a minute.
But you know what's crazy about that though? Because when you do that, again, I'm not saying Lauren is not valuable, I'm not saying she's not talented or this kind of thing. But I'm saying that part of the thing that Jess brought, she brought more than one thing. She brought more than being a fun personality. She would have brought like just her bubbly attitude, the fact that she's known Envy and Charlemagne, seamless in that regard. The fact that the way she presents the news, interviews, blah, 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 all of that stuff, However, Lauren, when she auditioned, would have brought things on the table as well. Yeah. But it wasn't enough for her to get hired, right? So Lauren now sitting in Jess's seat, after Jess has essentially done hard work. Forget how long Jess was on there before she had a baby, right? She's done the hard work of that she's brought on. The part of the value she's brought on is bringing more viewers in, is bringing more popularity in. Now that box is ticked, you can't then now say that Lauren is better. Because had Lauren been the initial person that was hired, you guys wouldn't have the numbers you have. You wouldn't have the popularity you have.
Well, just
you
didn't
wouldn't
make Breakfast Club more popular.
You wouldn't have all the audience that you have. So Jess has essentially come in and ticked some of the boxes, right, that Lauren lacked when she auditioned. And then now Lauren has come and ticked the boxes that she had when she auditioned, and now you're going to say that Lauren is automatically better than Jess. You're riding off the value that I brought in here. Okay, so let's
Good morning, Jackie.
Oh, morning, Jackie.
Morning, Jackie. Talk to us.
Hi. So I was going to say, I think all things can be true. Damn, I'm echoing you. It's unfortunate that Jess actually recommended and referred Lauren because they do bring, they're very good people, but two different angles. So Lauren's good at reporting. She's not going to give any men. Jess's name is literally Jess is the man. She gives a female version of Charlemagne where she's going to be messy with the news. Lauren's going to do her research. When there's an interview, if you watch it, she's done research. The people that come on, she literally has background story. If someone's released a book, she's read the book or something. Most times, Charlemagne and Envy, they're asking fresh questions, not questions based on other things. So Lauren brings something good, but Jess brought Lauren on because she knows she's a good filler, so I can be replaced afterwards. We didn't give Jess enough time to say, let's get comfortable. We didn't give her the probation period. She got pregnant real quick. Like straight away, she got pregnant. So we don't even have enough time. The amount of time we liked Lauren with, because we then got used to Lauren, said, actually, no, we like Lauren. We didn't give Jess that time. That was just the cooling period when they were trying everybody out. Portia came today, Lena came tomorrow. Everybody was fresh and new. So people were in the comment section like, oh, bring back this person, bring back that person. When Jess stayed, if you'd given her time, you would have enjoyed her. Lauren stayed for longer, so we've enjoyed her for longer. But the thing is, Jess in her head's probably thinking, I should have brought someone crap on, so they'd be begging me to come back. Because if I brought someone, that was good and I thought was best for the team, now I'm having to question my job's in jeopardy. But if I brought someone crap on that also was taking days off, also was a family woman that might have gotten pregnant, this wouldn't have been an issue. And it's the fear that women have often when they come in, is like, I need to make sure I'm there long enough before I get pregnant. So your pregnancy timeline, careers are involved in it, especially when you've got a new job.
Do you know what's sorry? Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
No,
I don't even think that she's even thinking like I should have brought someone crap on there. The thing that I feel like what I didn't know was that what's her name? Lauren is a producer on the show, so it makes sense. Like, imagine like early TDA times, Iman wasn't really talking like that. He was more directing the show and whatever the case was. Then Disu left. Was it after Disu left that Iman was then more on the show?
Yeah.
He was angling for Disu Joe all the time, to be honest.
Fair.
That's inside
fair.
information.
Sounds about Nigerian.
I don't know why I said that.
Fair. But then we had Iman on the show. Iman was more a presenter on the show. It would have made sense to have Iman on the show than to just hire somebody who didn't know anybody else or anything like that. So it's not even a thing. I don't even think Jess is thinking I should have hired somebody. I feel like she was just thinking, this is someone who we know, we gel with, like the team knows her. Yeah. She's a producer on the show. It's easier for her to come in here and then when I'm back, she can then go back to her role. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why the producer of the show sat in for news segments and interview segments because she was the one who was doing the questions for all these things anyway. Mm-hmm. And then when I'm the host who's come back, because obviously in my mind, they've asked Jess, oh, who should we bring her? She's like, oh, just Lauren. Like, Lauren's a producer anyway. She knows everybody. And then I've come back and you should go back to your producer role, but you haven't gone back to the producer role. You're still here. But it's like, okay, fair. And I think the issue is that, obviously I get the whole Jess, blah, blah, blah. The issue is the communication of the Breakfast Club team. And I don't mean Charlemagne, I don't mean Envy. I mean the executive producer. I mean the company itself. Because they all said how basically they all didn't know what was going on. They all found it a bit weird that there's basically 4 hosts out of nowhere, but they were all going with the flow. And so stuff like that, when you're then reading the comments and people are saying, oh, she's better than this, she's like, Lauren is better than you. Before Jess got the job, people were in the comments angling for Jess to get the job. People were banging on about Jess getting the job. And they wanted Angela Yee gone for years. Angela Yee left. Jess then finally got the job. You guys were happy that Jess got the job. Then Lauren comes now, and then you're saying, oh my gosh, Lauren should get the job over. I promise you, if Jess leaves and Lauren gets that job, give it a year.
I don't think she gets to be mad at it. She's got her baby. She should be happy.
She gets to be mad at it.
No, you made the decision. Go and be happy with your baby. Whatever comes of it, comes of it. If you go and apply for a new job and you get a new job and they got a great maternity package, cool for you. Yeah. But you don't know no one there. This is a new company you're going into. Surely you make decisions to go and get your feet under the table and solidify yourself in this place before you start fertilizing your eggs.
But again, a man language to use. No, but a man wouldn't have if Jess's partner wouldn't have to do that.
No, but you know what I mean.
Jess's partner can literally get pregnant straight. Jess's partner can start a new job today and then start a family today as well.
Literally, no one cares.
But
no one cares. It doesn't have an impact.
Because sorry, can I even say as well? To add to what Jackie said, I don't know how long Jess has been on the show for, but she might have even been pregnant before she even started the show. So this idea of you started the show, then you got pregnant. For me, I think her pregnancy even comes to this conversation is wild to me. It's wild.
But you know the thing is, I think when we look at this morally, it's wild. But when you look at it from the business perspective,
but that's the thing, that people are not the business. It's not their business.
Well, you mean
like everyone that's making the comments about her pregnancy, whatever, you are not Power 105.1's CEO.
Yeah, but I mean,
and if her employers knew, people when she announced her pregnancy on the show, the guys tried to act surprised, and then Envy, Charlemagne was like, oh my gosh, and then they were like, stop being stupid, man. You've been known. Like they were well aware This is what women have to think about. This is what women do. That if you're trying for a baby, you let them know. If you just had a miscarriage or whatever the case might be, you let them know. Like, these are things that women unfortunately have to think about. So when we found out is not when her employers found out. When she signed the contract, they probably would have known that she was already pregnant. So people bring this up as if this is why she fumbled. It's very unfair. And again, my issue is not just with Jess. I don't think we should live in a society where women are valuable as employees, but then you make them feel like shit because they go and get pregnant. Exactly. Who else is going to have the child in the family?
All this stuff here is just excuses. I think the main issue here and the crux of the issue here is, forget the pregnancy, forget all of that stuff, The general consensus forget how the business from the viewing public, from the listeners, is that the product is better with Lauren. The segment that's delivered, the way that she does her thing, regardless of whether they thought they liked Jess or they thinked her style, whatever, afterwards having something to compare it to, the show flows better. When her segment comes in, she's more informed, she's more professional, that for what they wanted, for what they need. Like, she gives more like Angela Yee vibes as well. It's probably closer to what we're used to when we're doing all that stuff. That's what the issue is.
Who gives more Angela Yee vibes?
Like,
it can't be Lauren.
I think people are saying Lauren.
It can't be Lauren.
It can't be Lauren.
They spent years cooking Angela Yee.
Can't be Lauren.
No, but even so, like the way it sounds like Jess's things different. Maybe they felt like they needed something different. Jess's things different. Like, Lauren feels more familiar to me with the dynamics of the show, with the way that she presents her information. I'm not saying I don't know if they're comparable like that, but I'm just saying.
I'm glad that you said that it's the public's opinion. And I'm glad the public are not the one that run people's businesses, because your business will fail at every single point. There's no way that anybody should be saying that Lauren gives Angela Yee vibes when people were praying and hoping for Angela Yee to leave even way before she did leave.
Well, she's done 13 years. Maybe we got bored of her.
This is why I get where Envy and Charlamagne
were
saying,
arguing against each other, so their chemistry on camera was changing after a while.
No, but to be fair, I'll get to that. But I get why Envy and Charlamagne were like, that's the public's opinion. We don't think that in this room. And that's why it's interesting, because the headlines kept saying she's been fired, she must be ranting because she's been fired. And yesterday they were like, because I actually listened to it live, big up the person that created an app where you could actually listen to worldwide radio, because I thought, I want to listen to another. I found an app, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it was interesting because that's the public's opinion. The public's opinion is that, oh my gosh, Lauren is better than what's it called? Meanwhile, when Jess started, there was literally comments cussing Angela Yee and saying, oh, thank God she's finally gone, blah, 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 blah. That's the public's opinion. The people who did the hiring don't believe that, because they also confirmed that, yes, that Lauren is not a fourth host. She is the producer as what she was hired to be. And Jess is the host as she was hired. So as much as people are saying Lauren is better, in your opinion, that the business doesn't think so. Because again, if they felt like, if the business felt like Lauren was always better, and whatever else they felt like Jess brought that Lauren didn't bring, they would have made amends there. They would have, do you know what I mean? They would have negotiated on certain things, or whatever the case might be, and they would have hired Lauren.
You mean what?
So say, for example, let's talk about the value of popularity. If they felt like Jess was bringing popularity and Lauren wasn't bringing popularity, they would have hired Lauren anyway and just done more marketing. They would have hired Lauren anyway and said, okay, we're going to get you to do this, go on this podcast and do that. Do more things that makes people aware of who you are, so you can all lead back to the Breakfast Club. This is the public's opinion. And that's why I get where Envy is coming from in saying that you can't listen to people, like you can't listen to these comments or whatever. But I also think that they're veterans in what they've been doing. They've been doing this for 15 years. They're used to being trolls, but also they're dishonest and they gaslit her, because when Envy was getting cooked for being a fraudulent real estate agent, he was on there clearing it up. When there was rumors about Charlamagne hated Angela Yee and they all didn't get on with Angela Yee, they came on the show to clear that up. But when it's Jess and the Lauren situation, you don't do that, especially for a woman. I'm sorry, if you're going to have a business where you're hiring women, you need to be aware of certain things. You need to be more sensitive. You cannot have a woman that's just come off maternity leave feeling attacked in the way that she is, and obviously not being protected in the way that she needs to be protected. They clear everything up, but that's why I get where she's coming from, where she's like, when it's me now, everyone wants to be quiet. And she even said that when she came back from maternity leave, they had a whole thing planned about her surprise comeback, blah, blah, blah. It didn't go the way it was planned. Lauren still sat there. And Lauren's first question, Lauren didn't ask how she is, how her baby is, blah, 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 blah. It's more, oh, people say you don't like me. That kind of vibe. I understand why she's irritated by the girl's sight.
Maybe that was just banter. Don't you think...
Nothing funny about that.
Don't you think the conversations that they should have had off air.
Not really.
I think she went on she did a live, so they had to discuss this.
Yeah.
She brought private business outside.
But I also
yesterday
think,
had to happen.
Yeah, I agree with what Jackie said, but I also think as well, certain platforms, if you say you're going to be honest and open about certain things, you don't get to pick and choose when it's things that you think is uncomfortable or whatever the case is. So you got to be open and honest about it. Why are you smiling over there?
For different reasons. One of the reasons I was smiling is because I think one of them said that they had noticed the angst and narrative in the chat.
Yeah.
And they played into it. So much
Yeah,
so
Charlamagne
that
texted her.
she basically told this girl to shut up one time. Right?
Yeah, she told her to hush or be quiet.
Yeah,
and then
shush,
Charlamagne
be
texted saying,
quiet.
don't tell her, shut up.
So
Oh, he texted her.
He
During,
texted her during the
okay,
show
cool.
and said, no, say shut up, so they can really play into the whole narrative of you guys not liking each other.
When she was fine with getting, playing along with that stuff, it was all cool and dandy. But when she realized, wait a minute, she is actually doing a better job in this particular position than me.
I don't even think it's that though, Brent. I think with that text thing, like she already felt how she felt about the girl, blah, blah, blah. But she's thinking, okay, if this is what... I think at that point she's probably thinking, okay, this is that narrative you want to go with. But as much as it might look like acting, she's dead ass. She's dead ass telling her to shut up because she wants her to be quiet. So she's not playing along with anything. She's serious in please shut up kind of thing.
She even said it though. She even said there's strong personalities on the show. Me, Charlamagne, and Lauren or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you talk too much, so I tell you to.
But
shut
I'll be
up.
honest with you, Lauren does though. I'll be honest with you. Okay, this is my truth. This is my truth. If I was the one,
We haven't been getting all of them.
No, you got truth, but this is my personal truth now.
Right.
If I went on maternity leave and you had a character like Lauren, say that, no, as in same situation.
Yeah.
She's a producer, right? Because I feel like as a producer, she would irritate me anyway. She's got one of those personalities of women that annoy me. Fine. So anyway, I've then said, do you know what would be a good sit-in for me while I'm gone? Is Lauren. Then I come back and Lauren does the thing to get off my chair. But not even that, Not even that. Lauren is like, because the way I've seen Lauren the past, when I've watched the show and whatever, Lauren is putting her best foot forward as if she's been auditioning for a job.
Is that wrong?
No, wait.
Okay.
Because you can be professional. You can carry yourself in a good way. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But Lauren has been a bit too involved in host business, not in TDA business that involves the producer, that involves the cameraman, that involves the editor. In TDA hosts.
Yeah, but when you left, I was hosting.
No, but wait.
Yeah, so what do you want me
you
to
were
do?
a guest host.
You brought me on.
Your picture,
I hosted well.
Your picture is not in the intro. It's still my picture when I was on maternity leave. I was nowhere near these grounds, but guess what was always here? What was always present?
Esther.
Me in the intro. I'm just saying, listen, I'm not trying to justify anything. This is what I'm saying.
If you was in the same position,
Lauren, get off my seat. Get up.
Not that you've been there. Not that you've been
Get
there for
up,
years.
shut up, and don't come back.
If you was in the same position, not that you've been there for years and that you just forwarded, just got it, then you've left from a choice that you've made. Obviously, you're entitled to get pregnant, whatever. You've suggested someone to come and do your word on roll segment, and whether we're scared enough to admit it to you or not, she does it better than you.
That's fine.
Yeah, she does it better than you. She's been there for months working. We all like her.
That's
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So then now you've come back, and then we're working something out. You are there. You are doing the segment together, and then you're there, and the girls talking, doing the stuff,
together?
and you're telling us talking
That's
about
the most irritating
shut
thing.
up. You're talking about shut up. We're gonna be like, yo, like you're not gonna look good because it's like, what you do? This is your people.
Do you know what? Do you know what the reality
act
is?
better,
Mars?
behave better.
Can I tell you something though? I tell you as a matter of fact, I wouldn't give two shits how it looks. What do you mean we are doing my segment together?
Yes.
My segment!
It's mad though.
And you're talking over me.
Should I then sit and not talk?
But after, in that time you left, she made it her own. It's her
It's not
segment.
about that. It's not about that. And the next pray I have another baby. Pray I have another one and I choose you again. That's what you do. You can't come in on my segment, be sitting there lapping up all the compliments that she does a better word and everything that stuff. You're loving it. You're enjoying the popularity, the fame of it all. And then when I'm back and you haven't got enough, I think okay, maybe there's some kind of rollout plan. Maybe they're trying to phase her out. I don't know. I'm not done yet. I don't see Brent or E-Man phasing her out. But then we're doing word on road, and then you're talking more than me. You're interrupting me. Go back to this.
But then why can't I do my job well just because you want to come back to your seat?
It's not your job. It's not your job.
It was my job. It was for the maternity cover. I covered it well.
You were a temp.
Yeah, and I'm meant to work well as a temp.
No, but I said that earlier. That I'm saying that it's not about Lauren being professional, because Lauren, again, with Lauren's background, she is how she is. So with this little spiel I've just had is how I would feel personally. I'm not expecting her to come. I'm not going to intentionally. If I care about the show, I'm not going to pick somebody that's not going to do a great job. I'm not going to pick somebody who. I'm not going to pick someone that the guys wouldn't get along with. I'm not going to do that because I care about what is being built here. However, the reality is that your contract is a temporary contract in my absence. So when I am back, you leave. That's what should happen. So I'm not saying Lauren should have done a bad job. I'm not saying that Lauren should make us, because I do think part of it is just his insecurity. And I think that I think getting negative comments, and this is why I didn't like what Envy said, because I hate when, and I did a whole TikTok about it actually, I hate it when people act as though just ignore the comments, just ignore the comments. Sometimes these comments catch you on the worst day. And that's okay. Sometimes these comments catch you when you're having a bad day. Everybody has insecurities about the play. So wait, hold it.
You read them.
Wait.
No comment can't catch me.
That's fine. That's good. Well done, Martin.
No, I'm serious. I don't see no comments.
And that's fine. Comments catch me on a bad day.
Because you read them.
And that's fair. That's fair. But however, though, people,
I'm with you.
I hate that we're in a place in society, when people go online and they're so brazen enough to say horrible things to people, and our response is you shouldn't have read it.
No,
what
but everybody's got their own choice.
No.
How many times have you just told me I'm getting flamed on TikTok? How many times? I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
I'm not you, and I don't want to be you. And if I want to read comments, I can read comments.
Yeah, but then you can't be mad at how you feel about them.
I can.
You already know people are horrible and people are idiots.
I can. It doesn't matter. This is the point I'm making, is that this is why I said if comments catch you on the wrong day. There are days I read comments and I could care less. As soon as I read it, if you ask me what I just read, I couldn't tell you. If I'm having a bad day imagine being Jess, just come off maternity leave or whatever, my hormones are not really settled, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Or forget her having a baby. If I'm just having a bad day and I come across a comment that says, oh my gosh, Esther's so talentless and da-da-da-da, but I'm already not feeling my best today, I am within my rights to feel upset by that. The issue is not, my being upset is not the issue. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay for people to be upset by these things. That's why I didn't respect Envy for that, because you can't say, oh, just ignore the comments when you have never ignored the comments. You were called a fraud, you cheated on your wife, you did all these things, and those comments still piss you off.
And he addressed them.
He
was allowed to address them.
And that's what's annoying, because I hate when people are like, oh, just ignore the comments, just ignore. Even you saying you ignore comments, how many times do you tell people stop the foolishness? How many times do you tell people, oh, you're just an idiot, or whatever the case is?
Yeah,
that's in real time.
But even if you're not reading the comments, even on Discord or whatever the case is.
It's not like comments, this is the live chat.
It's not about, that's a comment.
I don't go back, but I'm saying I don't go back after the fact.
No, but what I'm saying to you, that even whether it's a live chat comment, whether it's an after the fact comment, whether it's someone that's called into the show, whether it's on Discord, again, the hope you react. People are within their rights to react to horrible things that people say about them. The issue cannot be that don't ignore it. That's not so you can't tell someone, oh, just ignore what they said. Oh, just ignore what they've written. That's not the issue. So them acting as if she's been out of order for saying that, or for reading comments, I thought that was very, very distasteful. Because what do you mean? I don't understand how we're in a society and it's okay for people to make horrible comments. What do you mean? You're watching a show and you're gonna be in there cussing them, cussing how they look, cussing, saying that they're talentless, saying you don't understand how you got the job, or you go and get the job then.
All right, on that point, I agree wholeheartedly with you. Sorry, Jackie. I agree wholeheartedly with you. But let's just say they had a conversation with her. They've identified a particular troll.
Yeah.
Right? That troll is known to just troll.
Yeah.
And that troll is saying those things that are just edging her. And they tell her, do not bother about that, because what they're saying, we don't feel that.
Yeah.
So when Envy said, you're dope, she needed to hear that.
Because
she wasn't hearing that on air.
I like that.
Whether it was off air or not, she wasn't hearing it on air. So she was telling them, y'all didn't look to basically tell me
not to worry
what you were telling me off air. So that the narrative continued. Do you understand? If it is that these trolls feel as though they're getting at the minds of DJ Envy and such, right? They're working. They'll continue doing it. If it is that they hear, I don't care what you're saying, she's the waviest thing ever. After a while, why am I typing? Why am I typing? It's not getting through. But because they didn't address it on air,
it feels like that.
She felt, right, my job is at risk now. Do you understand?
And also, you had Lauren staying there.
I can see Lauren's wavy. I can see she's wavy. Do you understand? I can see she can read.
She can read. She reads
she
better
can read
and stuff.
research. She could deliver.
But I think also another thing she said.
Wait. Go on. Because I loved the part just after DJ Envy said what he said.
Yeah.
She cried.
Yeah.
Because that's what she wanted to hear. That's what she wanted to hear.
Also,
she completely just broke. That's what I wanted, DJ Envy. That's what I wanted.
But first of all, Jess with the mess is called Jess with the mess. Lauren, for example, my temperament, I can handle being hated. Lauren isn't hated on. Jess has been, people would have had negative comments about Jess from before. She gives kind of like harsh comments, and she can give as good as she takes. She definitely can. But we can't ignore the fact that she's had a baby, and that is a massive impact on your mental state. So I know people that will put that aside. That's exactly why she's in the position she's in, because she chose to have a baby. She's choosing to leave her baby and come on stage. So all that battle that she has in her mind, that women have in their minds when they have babies, something changes. So she's probably thinking, damn, I'm sacrificing a lot more just to come on this show and then to be hated. She's been hated on before. She knows she's good. She knows she's the ish. Because, it's a choice, but also you cannot ignore pregnancy and the things it does to your mind when you become a mother.
Yeah, cool, but it was her choice. So she weren't pregnant before.
So she's been emotional. She's been a bit more. She's had her child is much older, so she probably started this career later.
That don't count.
Yeah, so exactly. Do you know what I mean? This is fresh, and you've got to have a conversation about women that climb up the career ladder that have less kids because of this exact same scenario. Women then have different priorities afterwards. Lauren can stay till 5 p.m. I know they get there early. She can stay till 5 p.m. when she wants. Jess might be the first one out. Her breast still might be sore.
All these things are true, but this was her. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
It was her choice, but also it's just a factor that comes in when you have a baby, and people should be.
That they didn't have to consider before.
No, but also
after a choice that she made.
No, but to add to what Jackie's saying, you have to. These are things that you have to think about if you're in a business where you're hiring women. You can't treat women like they're men. You can't say, well, you made the choice to be pregnant, so anything that comes with that, on your head be it. No, it doesn't. The world doesn't work like that.
It's different if you're saying, you can't get maternity, because when you come in, there's a stipulation of if you've been in a job for less than 3 months, you're not entitled to maternity cover and pay, etc. That's different. But the emotional side, if we're now being so inclusive with other people, the majority of the world is 50% women, and they're going to have kids. So why are you not accommodating for 50% of the population or more? Then you don't want women in these positions. Exactly. And that's another conversation where women go higher up, that you can't have a family. It's like you have to sacrifice your family or your career. And you've got to have that question in your mind. A man will never have to question that. Ever. He'll never have to have the emotional side of it. Sorry, Maggie.
Oh, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt.
Good morning, Maggie.
Morning,
at least
morning, everybody.
Morning, Maggie.
Hi, Eddie. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
That's enough.
I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to say the whole pregnancy discussion, this is where I think it does become a bit irrelevant, because if Jess had taken leave for bereavement, or she was ill, or any other reason, they still would have had to get cover. I think what happens is it gets focused on because it's seen as, pregnancy, it's her choice. She took leave purposely. Put that to one side. She's got a contract with the Breakfast Club. They arrange maternity cover. When you come back from maternity cover, your job should be secured. Whether you like Jess or not, that should have been the case. What's happened is now she's in a very uncomfortable situation. And one of the things I must say, I don't like the way Jess handled it by going on live. Also, directing her anger at Lauren. Lauren isn't the issue. The issue is management. Management have handled this situation so badly. I think about it, Emmanuel, if you went on leave, you had to take leave suddenly, and you come back, someone's been doing a great job, say they brought in, I don't know, Black Rock, sitting in your chair, doing the job, you have a contract with the New Black. You should still be able to come back as producer. And what can happen if Black Rob did such an amazing job, Brent will have to think of a way to incorporate him into his own section in the show, not your, the People's Journal. So that's what happens to happen in the same situation.
No, if it was
accommodate people,
sorry to
when
cut
they
you.
take leave.
If it was like bereavement or health or something, I could understand him feeling like that. If he just rocked up and goes, guys, I'm leaving to go spend 9 months with the nation. Like, whatever the hell happens. That's on you. We don't like. We can't care about. Like, this is your choice that you made. Take accountability.
Yeah, but TMB can't say to
the thing is, though,
we
Mark,
give you provision to
if
go
it
and
was
do
in
that.
his contract that he was entitled to take a hiatus or
Exactly.
sabbatical,
You
then
can't-
yeah, he can
Yeah,
go.
that's
and
cool.
he
But then
can
the
go
person that
to
replaces
the
him, if
nation
they're
and
good
do
and they
that.
bring more to the show and like it, like we've got decisions to make. We don't want to have to get rid of them when he gets back.
No, but this is part of the point I made though, is that people are acting as if Lauren came out of nowhere. Lauren was already part of the show. She was a producer on the show. So she basically, for that period, had 2 roles rather than 1. When maternity cover is a temporary role, it's a temporary position.
Yeah.
So the person that's come back from maternity leave, you go back to playing your 1 job. Not 2 jobs. 1 is taken back because that was never your job. You're a temp. So you play the job of a temp. While you're doing the job of a temp, you be perfect at it, you be great at it, that's fine, that's great. However, though, when the person whose position that is, you can't, it's not your role. We can't keep saying this there, it's not her role. She had Breakfast Club host brackets maternity cover. Jess has Breakfast Club host full stop. What are we talking about?
Let me ask you this then. Maggie and Esther, yeah. So she covers, who's that? Was that Eddie?
Of course.
Right, yes. Big up Eddie, man. So she comes into Jess's position. She does a better job. Let's just say she does, right?
Yeah.
It's unanimous. That's what the listeners are saying and whatnot. Maggie, you're saying she should be given another job, right? There should be some provision for her to still earn from Power 105.1, right?
She's a producer of the show.
No, I'm saying what, Jess?
So what?
No,
So
Lauren.
what can happen in that?
No, I'm saying Jess.
What
So
can
she
happen
just
in
has
that
come back
situation?
and Lauren's back.
So create a new role for her.
Yeah. I'm asking, what is the alternative? What are you expecting them to do as a business?
Put Jess back in her role.
No, but
that you hired her for.
No, but what I'm saying
I'm
is
thinking
they've
both
come
of them.
back. Huh?
I'm taking use both of them.
Because
So I'm saying she made the show better. So she made the show worse now
No,
because you're back.
but
use
Jess
both of
said
them.
though. No, but
Let's
Jess
see
did
if it
say that.
works.
Jess said, if it's a thing where there's 4 hosts now, just tell me. Was it Jackie or was it Maggie that said the issue is with management? And Jess
100%.
said when she came and she felt a bit like, why is Lauren still here in essentially my spotlight?
Yeah.
She quickly realized that actually no, it's not you. It's the people that hired us, our employers. So Jess's thing is not a case where obviously when she came and she didn't know what was going on, she felt resentful towards Lauren. But when she's come to know the girl and she's like, oh, she's a cool girl, she's doing her job or whatever. She's like, okay, so what's happening here? This onus, the issue is not with Jess, it's not with Lauren, it's not on maternity leave, it's not on baby Chris, it's to do with the employers.
Yeah, but she hasn't tried to. They haven't tried to replace her. You just said she's not even sacked, so it's not like they tried to replace her.
No, but it's not about that. If you come back to a job, if you had a job and you come back or whatever, and they don't sit you down and have like, okay, basically, while you were away, this person did a great job, blah, blah, blah. We now either have a new role for you, we want you to return to a new position, and this person that was previously in your position is now going to be doing this. Like, what are we talking about? These are things that need to happen. It's a professional thing to do. So Jess's issue is not that Lauren should just go off to nowhere else or anything. She's like, no, you are here. Like, you're here. And I peaked when Lauren was like, yeah, you're my talent. I said, get it, girl. Get it again. Fair enough. However, though, it's about communication. It's communicating to the person that's just come back from wherever they went that, okay, you're back to your position, but actually what we're going to have Lauren do now is still present the news. Because the way Lauren presents the news and the way Jess does it is different. You're learning a lot more from Lauren than you are from Jess. Because Jess was not hired to give you guys the CNN or BBC type of the Americans ABC production levels of or hosts give you news in that way kind of thing. My words everywhere. She was hired to react to the thing that she reads. That's why it's called Jess with a Mess. And that's why she was even like, I then said, actually, give the segment to Lauren because obviously she's more thorough and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like she even said that not because she didn't want her segment, but I'm back and now we're sharing segment. Now we're fighting for camera time. I'm not doing that. If I came back and someone is doing Word on Road and I'm still here, like, what are we doing here?
So what, do you feel as though Jess would have been okay if it was communicated that Lauren will now be a permanent fixture and she'll have her own segment?
I believe that, yes. Okay. If they said, oh, this, but it's different when her issue is that this person's meant to be a temp. I asked this person to cover me. I've come back now. I no longer need cover, but yet here you still are.
So am I competing for my job at this stage?
Anyone would feel
you
like...
feel mentally...
Sorry?
So I'm saying you'd feel like you're competing for your job because why is she still there?
And she said that they had a meeting about that. She said that they had a meeting about we're fighting for camera time. What the hell is happening here? So it's messy. And even Lauren said that she felt out of place because she's thinking, oh, but Jess is back. So why am I still needed in the room? But then again, what they all didn't do was they all didn't communicate properly. So then Lauren said she was just going with the flow because she thought, okay, maybe this is what we're doing now. Jess as well is going with the flow. But then while Jess is going with the flow and feeling like, okay, so the position I was hired for, do I no longer have this? Because that will make anyone feel like their job is under threat. But then you're already feeling that insecurity personally because your cover is still there. And then that's when the comments come in. Now you're seeing the things that come in. So in your mind, it makes sense for me that she would think that, oh, maybe the producers and that the owners of the show, the network, are actually thinking, oh, she is a better fit for me. Yeah. It makes sense that she feels that insecurity.
Of course she would. Of course. 100%. But I think also...
But also, Lauren has a job. Just go back to your job.
But the thing is...
Lauren has a job, go back to your job. If they don't want her to just be a producer anymore, it's okay, but communicate. Yeah. And let her know that actually Lauren is going to present news at this time of the day or this time of day or when you have interviews, she's going to be part of the people that present the interviews or whatever the case. All the stuff that Jess was presenting anyway was coming from Lauren. That's what a producer does. But now you've got the producer also presenting, even though originally you were only meant to temporarily produce. But now you just put up a chair and you're just sat here all the time. Of course I'm telling you to shut up and get out.
Are you on the sport? Women supposed to be supporting. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Women really need to stop tearing each other down.
Oh, please be quiet.
Can I just say something?
You put us in the right position.
I didn't even mean to say that. That honestly just came out of my soul. I promise I didn't even mean to say that. I apologize. I actually apologize. I did not mean to tell you. I didn't mean to tell you that. It just came out. It just honestly just jumped out. I don't know where that spirit came from.
They only ever give women a certain slot, so it's like you have to compete. First of all, there's 3 people in a position. 2 are men, 1 is a woman. So you can only ever have women competing against women. It's not... Charlemagne and Envy are 2 different personality traits, and they provide a very good balance.
And it's okay for them to be that.
You have to get that in one woman. That's not fair. Because either Jess with a mess or
No, but there's 2 women on TDA.
Angela...
Is it?
Sorry, Jackie, go on.
There were
3. No, there's always been 2. Because Koi left... then it was just me.
That's a nice balance.
And even then, we had a conversation about me being the only woman on here.
3 is a bit too much. I agree.
You said 3 is a bit too much?
That's what you said.
There's 3 men.
What?
There's 4 men.
What?
Ramsey.
What?
You're a mug. That's what you are. I meant that one. I know where that came from. That one, I know where it came from. But sorry, to add on to what Jackie saying, I know you're not done. Sorry, Jackie, just before I forget. She's right, though. Envy is who Envy is. Charlemagne is who Charlemagne is. They have very different personalities. Yep. They're allowed to be themselves. But the onus has to be, but Jess has to essentially come in and be, like, she has to represent everything. But the joke is though, Jess gets cooked regularly. Jess's opinions about some of the things she says are no different to what Envy and Charlemagne say. But because she's the only woman there is a thing about just being the only woman in rooms. Where like you're expected to represent the feminists, but then people that are not feminists are expected to represent them too. Yeah. If you're a black woman, you're expected to represent black rights, but then also as well, if you're a mum, you represent those rights and those views too. As a woman, there's many things that you're expected to be, but she gets cooked for the same things that the boys say.
But then
I don't know if
shouldn't the approach have just been like, okay, cool, this is an opportunity for 2 black women to be on the show.
But that's not for her to do. She's not the employer.
I don't think this is a woman thing. I think it's the individual and the people's personalities showing themselves. And obviously, the same way she's handling the situation. We've got 2 women on the show. We don't pit you against each other. There's not no fighting for space and fighting for airtime. It's all happening.
Spots for the women. It's not one.
It's out here talking for me.
There's actually 2 spots for women.
That's crazy.
But no, right.
You're right.
Right. Sorry, Jackie, what were you saying?
I think the difference is on TDA you don't compete because there is a space for 2 women. Most of the time there's only space for 1 woman. It's like, we've already filled the post, so we only need 1. So generally you expect men to be the number, and then the woman you just tick the equality
just
box.
The diversity higher.
Yeah, you've done your DEI higher, and that's it. Because you've got the 1. So why would I need 2? You have to justify bringing 2 on.
Let me ask you this, So, sorry, Jack, I don't want to cut your thought yet, but let me ask you this. Let's just say the roles were switched around, right? So Lauren was the one who got pregnant, had the baby, went on maternity. Jess comes in, right? And people are seeing how they compare, because obviously that's what you're going to do. You're listening to the show, you're a fan of Breakfast Club, you tune in every single day, right? And then they've said, wait a minute, we actually like the fact that Lauren is better. So Lauren comes back. Would you feel any sort of way if it is that Lauren has now come back to her position and just goes back to being a producer?
But you said the operative word. She went back. Lauren hasn't gone back.
Lauren is still a presenter. That's the problem.
No, what I mean is that she's come back to the show. She's come back to the show. So even if there was some overlap there, she's come back to the show. Would you feel as though? Do you feel like everyone will be like, you know what, just go back to being a producer? The point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make is, I feel like maternity is definitely part of the conversation. That is an important thing that obviously women have to deal with. Yeah, but I do think, especially when I'm seeing the comments and like stuff in the chat and all that, people are just basically saying, put that aside. The reality is there's only one spot, because this is just the nature of the show. Before any of these women were there, it's only one spot for a woman, right? And the person who feels it, right, the best and takes the show in the direction they want to go is Lauren. Are you expecting now for them to, from their perspective, as
find a job for Jess?
Not even if you do find a job for her, but would Jess even be happy with taking?
That's a risk. That's the risk you take when you have cover, because the cover might be better than the original. But
yeah, but you're not saying that for Jess.
Do you know what we're forgetting here? Sorry,
that is the risk you take when you have someone that's doing a temp cover. Like, that person, it's like a supply teacher. Oh, miss, that person was better than you yesterday, but I'm back now. So sit down, supply teacher.
But that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
If you say it doesn't make sense,
better children, better
you say it doesn't make sense, but that's how the real world works. That's how the corporate space works. When you are hired like that, you're literally told that this is a temporary position. Yeah. If you happen to prove yourself beyond that, then they will create a new role for you. They will, or what they might do is then make that role too.
Okay,
they might share that, but again, the issue is that there was no conversation about that. When you got maternity cover or temporary cover, whatever the case might be, when the original position, the original post holder returns, the temp is meant to leave. And again, Lauren wasn't leaving to the abyss. She was going back to being a producer, which she was in the first place. If then, as the employer, you decide that you want to actually, we like what Lauren brings to the show as well. We've decided to take the show in a different direction. We want to have two of you. We want to have two women on the show now. There's nothing wrong with that. Jess wouldn't have an issue with that, because it's you communicated that to her. And what you've then done is let Jess know that, okay, you bring value to that. We still see the value that you bring, but Lauren also brings value. I mean, we'd like actually both of you on there. We think it'd be great. The show would do even better with two women on there. There's nothing wrong with that. But what Jackie was saying is that typically in this situation, there tends to be one woman. When I think of podcasts, that I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of any male and female podcast that has more than one woman. That's rare. Joe Budden has like 50 guys in there and one woman.
Yeah, but Mel said she didn't want another woman.
No, but, and that's fair. But
they were trying to bring another girl there. Mel was like, no.
No, but that's fair. That's good. I didn't even know that. But typically, you tend to find one woman there. But even sometimes, if a woman says she doesn't want another woman in there, it's because she knows that when that woman comes in, it's going to be a compare, contrast. It's going to be that kind of situation. That is the reality that women deal with.
You know what?
Can I?
Sorry, go on.
Can I just say, just to answer your question, Iman? I think regardless whether, unless I'm underperforming in my role, if I take leave and I come back, I have a contract with the business. I have job security, so I can come back into my role. So yeah, the person that was covering me could have done an absolutely amazing job, which is fine. And if the business really values that person, then they can work a way to maybe accommodate that person into a different role, but not my role. So that's the point. So whether I took, so just to be clear, I actually took sick leave from my current job last year. I was off for a few months and they got cover for me. That person did a great job. I still came back to my job. That's how it works.
Yeah, but that's a corporate, so I think that's different. It's a different workspace. It's entertainment. Because the real issue that Jess feels, if Lauren, the bosses can do what they want. They could bring as many people as they want. If they wanted to make it a 5-piece or 6-piece, the host ain't got no control of that, yeah? If they decided to bring Lauren in, and she wasn't better than Jess, Jess wouldn't give a shit about sharing the space with her.
No, she still would.
She feels threatened.
No, she still would, because there's that part is true. That part is, I think definitely the fact that sorry guys. The fact that Lauren's brilliance is being highlighted definitely makes Jess insecure, and there's part of insecurity that's going to be her self-work to do. There's that. However, though, even if the person that comes is still shit, you're still doing my job. One of the reasons why I've been hired here is to lead a segment called Jess with a Mess. I come in here, we're both doing it. You're not Jess, and you ain't got no mess. But here you are in my business. So it's not even that. I get what you're saying. That the company can hire as many people as they want to hire and blah, 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 blah. But you must communicate that because otherwise then it makes things weird. If I come in here one day and there's someone else sitting here doing word on road with me and I've had no conversations about anything, no conversations about changes, anything like that, I'm going to be confused. And I'm going to say that this company is being poorly run because you have to communicate that with people. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's just what needs to be done.
You know
Another thing to add, not to help Jessie, but she also kept taking days off. So it's like, because she's so pissed and confused, she was like, F it, let me take another contract for the day. Let me pull a ticket. I think that was the point they were making. They were like, we weren't sure whether you come back and
she's on tour. And I think that's another thing because even people...
She wasn't feeling valued. So then she was like, okay, let me do my thing then.
And people kept bringing that up as well. It was like, oh, she's never there. But again, when they hired her, they would have known that she's either pregnant or whatever I don't know the timeline of when she had a baby, blah, blah, pregnant, right? Let's assume definitely pregnant, right? Mm-hmm. They were also aware that she's on tour and she travels around and she does these shows. They promote her shows on there. Her podcast is already with the network. Mm-hmm. So they knew her. Do you know what I mean? That they know these things. So, but but the things that you usually do, you would feel insecure if I'm still doing those things that you're aware about. But it seems as though like there's nothing being communicated to me. So even when I'm not, this person should sit in for me when I'm not here. But even when I am here, they're still sat in there.
Yeah.
Of course, it makes sense for her to think she's being replaced.
You know what? Yeah, I think I agree with Esther and Maggie on this year because being an employer, you're thinking to yourself, okay, cool. You've given them the job security, gone past the probation period. You know when you do go on maternity, and to be fair, even though Jess did make the decision to go on maternity to have a baby, she probably knew that if I do this, I'll come back and still have a job. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? So that probably aided her decision too. So if she's gone on maternity, she's come back, she should have her job back. And I think maybe if the business...
She's got her job.
Yeah, but what I mean is like...
I don't want to... She's sharing jobs though, that's the problem.
The problem is women grow up playing solo sports. So there's no camaraderie. They're all solo artists.
I don't know why this is a women's
from
issue.
young, they put us on the pitch. Brent, you was on the young.
Men are used to watching.
No, we know.
Let's see where
Can you just let Marks finish, please?
Please, let's see where he's going with this.
No, because
analogy.
We know about camaraderie. We know about team building. We know about problem solving. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When you're on the pitch and you're in a two-man midfield and you come against a three, you understand you got to make a difference. Sometimes one of the strikers have got to drop in. You get what I'm trying to say? We pull our weight. We was raised like this. We played team sports. We build together. So there's not that much. We're not threatened by other people. We understand how we can work. We can blend. I'll sit. You attack.
I have the best. I can't even say your name.
No, I'm telling you. As of the women, they don't know because just you start talking about Jess has been got sacked and lost her job. She hasn't. They're there.
That's what the blog.
She was playing in a one-man midfield. Now it's a two-man midfield. Give
and
go.
From the left or from the right?
What? How they're playing?
Are they playing from the left?
From the centre.
Finish.
From the centre. They're playing from the centre.
Oh,
no, but I'm saying
y'all works real well.
Let's just work together. Come and look. You can't
camaraderie.
That
was great teamwork.
Just come and have a huddle up in a minute. Lauren, look. When I'm making the runs, when I'm making the runs and I'm bombing forward, you sit. You know what I'm trying to say? I'll give you space to play. When you go, I'll sit. We're used to this.
There's space for everybody.
There's space for everybody. Okay. Like, we're used to this. You know what I'm trying to say? And I just think women ain't used to playing sports together. And they're solo artists. That's what their problem is. That's why, because there's no reason for her to feel threatened. They could have worked together. They didn't have to have them conversations on camera. She didn't have to go on live in her kitchen and cuss everybody out and then still walk into work the next day. They could have just worked together, building. You know what I'm trying to say?
They still have to play out online, basically.
Huh?
They still have to play out online. The mess didn't need to be put into the public sphere.
No, it didn't.
At all.
But I think that was the point that Esther's been making. A conversation.
So many comments I want to make, but I'm just so many.
Go on, Maggie and Jackie.
I was just gonna say. I think I got what Margs was saying. I think I don't know. But what I think could have just avoided this whole situation if the conversations were had offline.
100%.
And Jess knew that she had job security and she hadn't been replaced, and that Lauren was in a new position and they were going to be like, I don't know, a 4-person team hosting. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And now they're in this mess. That's basically what it is.
But Maggie,
you can't just take leave. I can't just take leave and you replace me. That's not okay.
But Maggie, this is the thing, and this is why I was saying I was agreeing with you. I didn't even get to finish my point. This is what I was saying I was agreeing with you.
Camaraderie.
You guys agree with me? Okay, cool.
So I was agreeing, right, that if that is in her contract, you go on maternity, you come back. You should have your job,
Yeah.
Then she should have her job. And if as a business you see value in Lauren, then it's up to you to fork up more P's to employ somebody into that position. However, I remember I was watching what's his name, James O'Brien on LBC, and he was basically, in my opinion, anyway, he was lying for LBC, saying the Asian lady, the one who was on the Zionist neck, she got sacked after a particular interview.
Yeah.
He came out and said, "Oh, you know what? Every 3 months we have performance reviews and and obviously based on the ratings, this is the reason why she was let go." So my thing is, as much as there is job security in her contract, how do we know that in her contract is also not other things that determines whether, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, it's the entertainment industry. It's not something that's in the office. You know what I'm saying?
But that's like within any job. If the company feels that you're underperforming or you're not fulfilling the role, then that's a whole different discussion. You go into some kind of like performance review process. All of that can happen. So the business can decide, actually, now we don't think Jess is like suitable. That's a separate conversation with Jess. But the fact is, she's returned. And her transition back into work has not been handled well. Yeah. So she does actually have a case. Though she kind of did mess it up by going on live and talking all the business and handling it that way. That wasn't great. But that's a separate issue. If they think that she's underperforming or she's no longer a fit for the show, they can have that discussion. Yeah. But she's back from maternity leave. She should be able to go back into her original role.
Yeah. And they can't feel like someone else is better than you and then not have a conversation with you that you're not performing, but then just have your replacement just showing up every single day.
Good morning, Nat.
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sure can. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. So I think I agree with some of what has been said. I think there's two separate discussions, right? So there's what's been going on, and we see Lauren, right? Lauren is doing what she needs to do. She's a young lady who's seen a lane, gone into an environment and created opportunity for herself, right? That's what you do in any space that you're trying to take. But what's happened here is, I think Jess has probably, I think there's a failure in leadership. But I think it's purposely so, right? So that the conversation is about Jess versus Lauren. The issue here is that whoever at iHeartMedia, Breakfast Club, just has not shown leadership. Because the issue is, if Jess is on maternity leave, if she comes back, she needs to come back to the role that she left, right? She cannot come back and there's now 4 people. So what needed to happen is, no matter how good Lauren is, as soon as Jess came back, Lauren should not be in the room, right? No matter how good she is, as leadership, it's now your duty to kind of manage the situation, right? But you need to give Jess a space to be the third host without anyone. So they've absolutely failed there. And I think another thing is we kind of take the bait where we say, oh, Jess is this. And to be honest, I prefer Lauren, right? But on principle, and as a woman, I think people need to be really careful about the precedents that's being set, right? Because Lauren herself in 5-10 years time may be that person who's going on maternity leave. So people really need to be careful about these things that are allowed, and really need to put the pressure on leadership on iHeart, right, to sort of sort this out, because they're creating. We shouldn't be having this narrative. Jess' baby is like 7 months.
It wouldn't be the same though if she's been there for 5 years and gone on maternity leave. It's not the same scenario. And then also you've got to take into consideration that
she's not saying look at
it.
It's not still survival of the fittest though. If someone comes in and improves the show and they're better than you, it still happens.
No, but it's not. Let her finish. That's not what she's saying.
It's not survival of the fittest, because there's a contract in place, right? Where iHeart have the the leverage. The lever is with the contract.
They haven't got rid of Jess. They're honouring Jess's contract.
No. Hear me out.
She's not doing it. Someone else is doing it.
Right now, they are creating a hostile work environment on purpose, because they want Jess to leave. Because they want Lauren to be because Lauren would be cheaper. I can assure you, Lauren is way 100%. Cheaper than Jess, right? But what needs to happen is, as leadership, you need to take ownership, right? And Jess needs to come back. You know that there was another talent or whatever. Jess needs to come back and see how it goes. And after 2 years or whatever her contract is, you let her go. You undercut her. You offer her 60% of the value of the contract, and then she goes. I'll give you an example. That's what I'm saying. There's a bigger principle here about the treatment of women coming back to the workspace that really needs to be paid attention to. I watched Trevor Noah's podcast. I don't know if you guys, Trevor Noah has a podcast called What Now? He co-hosted with a lady called Christiana Mbakwe. Christiana Mbakwe has just come back from maternity leave. So how Trevor does his show is he co-hosted with her, but sometimes he has regular guests. Trevor Noah and his team were very purposeful in how they handled Christiana's maternity leave. Trevor had guests coming on, he had his friends coming on, but guess what? Christiana is now back. They had a whole episode, I think the last episode, Christiana has come back, and they talk about how, and it's her third baby, it wasn't planned or whatever, right? Her husband hadn't planned it. But then that is a proper workplace. Right.
How but Christiana didn't whatever her name was didn't put forward someone to replace her.
It's different.
So they had to handle it differently. They had to go and find guest slots and whatnot.
You're missing the point she's making though. It's about what you need, what the employer needs to do professionally. Forget whether Jess got said this person should come in or that person should come in. All of that is irrelevant to what their responsibility as employers is to handle that. It doesn't matter that she suggested Lauren to be the one to cover her. None of that matters. I suggested Lauren to cover me. I am back now. Why am I still being covered when I am present? Why is Lauren
still here?
I hear you. And you are saying all this stuff to cover up the fact that Lauren is better at doing the job.
And that's fair enough, but the employers don't think so. Why should have been hired as the host in the first place?
That's a separate conversation. Facts. That is a headache for leadership. Right? It doesn't matter if you got the best whoever to come in. That is not Jess's problem. They are creating a hostile work environment, which is to the and I when women like get involved in these discussions and we go low and we pit these people, I'm like, oh my God, this is creating such a hostile work environment, and it's just setting a wrong precedent, because when someone goes on maternity leave, right, people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't take. I mean, in America, you already can't. People only take 6 weeks or whatever the case is. It's fueling that culture where people now have to come back to work very quickly, and it is such.
That's a joke, because if I left TDA for pregnancy, I'm here for a year.
We're still talking like the girl got sacked.
Yeah, no, but she did.
Which is unfair, because we're doing that hypothetical, like when we're. I don't understand. The issues that we're talking about is not the reality.
But the thing is that it did start off as when she did it live. The rumors were that she got fired. Even till now, there's people that still believe that she's been fired.
I believed until I walked in here today. I believe she got fired.
Exactly. So, but the thing is, this conversations is about she hasn't been fired. However, though, what is happening is the kind of thing that can make her quit.
That's what I want to just ask you all, and we're gonna wrap this up with last thoughts, right? Nat just said something that got me thinking. If they've realized management, they've realized Lauren actually is wavier than they thought she was when it is that she initially
auditioned and stuff,
and they also know that it's cheaper having Lauren on. The only way they could now look to basically get Jess out is if she looks to kick up and go. So to create that hostile environment would be the only way they can get out of the contract without them looking to breach the contract.
That would be smart.
From a business standpoint, but
that's what they're doing.
Take them to the bank.
I mean, they might be doing that, but just she has to control her actions. Like
the way she,
exactly, the way she responded on like doing it live on the show. She didn't need to do that. If she did it professionally,
no, but you can't say she didn't. She didn't want to. She didn't do it. You say the Instagram live or the live on the show?
On the show.
On the show that was Envy and Charlamagne that did that.
They
were the ones that were like, oh, let's talk about it because that. She did the live. They could have had a private meeting before the show.
That was stupid of them, because even by the end of it, they were trying to shut it down. All right, cool, let's move on.
Because they didn't realize they were going to start going back and forth.
Yeah, but they should have. That was dumb. It weren't the girls' fault. It was their fault for even that shouldn't be addressed. Like that, they shouldn't have had that conversation on the show. Really,
and sing pieces. Don't be silly. We're here now. Now everyone's telling each other to shout and whatnot. It's interesting though, listening live time.
She's like, you're my talent.
I like that though. I like that subtle jab. I like subtle shade.
But that was.
She just was like, I picture you. She was like, yeah, I know you're my talent. I said, yes, go get her again. Well, your last thoughts, people, please.
Okay.
Great.
So,
yeah, I agree with you, Wes, sir.
Come on in.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Jackie?
I was going to say that I think this is why women at the top don't have many kids or have kids late, because they have to compromise and think of these things. This is not just in the industry. This is every career. And the higher you go, the more you have to think and consider these things. And if you look at the stats, it's there.
That makes sense though. You got to prioritize. You got to think, do you want family or do you want career?
Yeah, I'm scared to get pregnant now.
No,
but have Dr. Money take over my job.
No, but it's the truth though. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what job. It doesn't matter what job you're doing as a woman, because you're the ones who have the child and you're the one who gets pregnant and you're the one who goes for it. These are decisions that you literally have to make, and you have to prioritize what's important to you, family or career. This is whether it's not about fair. Fair's a place with candy floss.
No, wait. Facts what?
No, like you can't.
There was a bar. He shouldn't have said it then, because this is crazy, right? Candy floss. Fair.
It's a lack of
maybe wrong. Carousel. Yeah. I like the.
And that's what you wanted to tap in. That's
association.
Y'all see the environment that I'm in? Help.
Envy has so many kids. Charlemagne has loads of kids. It hasn't affected their career. Angelique has no kids. Angelique, I'm sure.
I understand where you're coming from. It's not about what's wrong or right. That's the way. That's science. That's biology. That's the way. That's life. That's the way the world works.
No. Biology is that only women can have children.
Exactly, and it's not our fault. We didn't make it like this.
This is why the new gens are doing what they're doing. Clocked it.
But why they moving to them?
Clocked it.
But why they become men?
Yes.
Because they want maternity leave.
They want the freedom to have kids, right, and not have to basically look after them.
That is genius if that's the case.
Come on.
You get less maternity.
Job security. 5 kids.
It's not working.
It's not going to be. It's not going to work.
You're just working out. It's crazy.
It's not going to work.
No. I can't.
Those are my final thoughts. All right. For the day.
9 p.m. tonight, I'll be on Instagram Live. That's what I'm going to say. Topic of the day tomorrow is about my Instagram Live tonight.
Last thoughts, Nat?
No, I think what everyone is saying. I think there's just another point about
not your.
There's something up. I think there's something up.
Sorry, Nat.
Sorry. No, I was going to say there's something about the value of having worked before and gaining those professional skills to help you when you get into this creative. Because you can tell, Jess doesn't know how to move. Because, I mean, I hope it works out for her. But she doesn't have those professional skills of navigating corporate.
To be fair, though, you say that, though. But
she's just a baby, guys.
Even in her job, don't have the skills to navigate it. Hence why everyone's just here. Maybe the CEO is an influencer. And everyone's just...
Last thoughts, Maggie.
Everyone's just winking it.
That was me?
Maggie.
I was just going to say, I would just urge everyone to make sure they read their employment contract. Employment laws are very real. They're there to protect you as well. Also read your business, your company's policies on bullying and harassment, and also how to raise a grievance. So it's a non-discussion. If you go on leave and you have a contract and it's in your contract and you have job security, you can return to your role. So yeah. But I look forward to the replacement for Marks or E-Man when they go on holiday.
Of course you do.
Why shouldn't she?
Wow.
Because she's a hater.
No, she's not a hater.
But Maggie, you're my sister of mine, so you'll always be my sister. So it's all right.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what Ed said? Ed said...
I can tell you think it's just easy to replace 60 goals up top
Come
in the
on,
season. That's what I can tell you don't know sports. Good luck. Good luck.
Driving ticks. They said get them off. He said he doesn't have Max.
Wait, who's that? The one I don't like? Oh, never.
He doesn't even like the fact that he's handsome.
I was watching that episode with them at home, and I thought, you be careful what you wish for. These are sick. I don't know. You think these are sick in your skull?
I made a call to Brent all the way from Lagos.
She's like, stop this thing immediately. What's the
Hey, Christelle.
Since I left, like, what's changed about the show? Is that what you mean? I said, we've got a vetting process now.
Last words, Christelle.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't realise I was off.
Sorry, you can't last words.
You can't last words, first words.
Are you right?
You can't last words, your first words. That's
So
crazy.
speak your heart. I would remove word on radio
You know
tomorrow
what?
if you
I'm
want to
gonna
be.
discuss.
Last words.
And
what
I don't know
cheek?
if you guys have discussed. I don't know if you guys have discussed this or what. But I mean, firstly, on the Jess hilarious thing. I mean, she's been a bird. So this behaviour is not shocking to me at all. I'm actually quite shocked that she lasted so long.
Seriously?
She was on leave for most of her employment time.
Yeah, I know. And even the circumstances of her being pregnant, I was like, oh yeah, this is really bird behaviour. So it's all good. But this is why Americans should not play with DEI. You know, let's take it back to Trump and E-Man's idol. This is why you don't play with DEI. DEI is the things that protect you from this. It gives you the right that when you go on maternity leave, your company shouldn't be able to fire you. It gives you the right. You guys were talking about biology and women. Yes, it gives certain protections to women that you having a child shouldn't affect your career. Right? It gives you the right to maternity leave. It gives you the right to paid maternity leave in certain countries. It gives you the right to, as someone said, an employee handbook, and making sure that your company actually enforces the rules of your employee handbook. So when I see women talking about DEI in a certain weird way, I'm just like, because you guys think DEI means black, you're forgetting DEI also means a lot of protection in terms of employment law and society. And even when people talk about feminism, it's like, yeah, this is why. This is all the things that they wanted to put in place. But one thing I also caught you guys talking about is the biology of women, but I don't think people talk about the biology of men, right? Certain studies have said scientifically men that have children older are also now producing bad, quote unquote, bad sperm, or quote unquote sperm that could lead to an increased risk of men of their children having disabilities. So I hear when we're talking about women, their biological clock, but men also have biological clocks.
Word.
It's just not the same,
you know,
though. But I get the point. It's just
No,
not the
because
same.
isn't it?
No, it's
Isn't
not
it a study?
It's not the same, but they do say that men having children older does increase the risk of having disabled children.
Yeah, the men are the ones that carry that.
There's studies that say that.
It's your sperm.
Yeah, there's studies that say
turns
that.
into dust.
Yeah, your semen also the same way that we talk about eggs, and it is exactly the same actually, Iman.
Literally.
Because when we're talking about the biology of women, it's because your eggs deteriorate or you have less eggs. Same thing with men. Your sperm deteriorates and you get less sperm.
So less quality too.
But it's not. I get the point.
So
They stop swimming in straight lines, man. They go
there's
in
all
circles.
biological stuff. But yeah, this is why.
It's true.
Yeah,
DEI
but you
is
can
not
still have
played
kids
with.
at 60, 70. You know what I mean? Like women, it's not happening unless you're in the church.
Inshallah, you got good sperm. That's it. But you know.
Yeah, but
it's not for everyone.
But I get the point, though. I get the point. I get the point. You know what I'm saying? Because there is.
But yeah,
definitely
this
a
is why
decline in quality.
DEI is not just black and DEI being talked about as just getting blacks into jobs that they don't deserve. It's like no, it's all this stuff, right? Like it's everything that protects a woman from. Yeah, unfortunately, biology means that we're doing people to carry kids. That's no one's fault. I agree, but that means that protection did have to be put in place because of a biological disadvantage. That's DEI.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, it's been a good topic of the day, man.
Thanks, Christelle.
Do you have to press the button?
Nah.
No, what's next?
Brent's not there. Brent's not there.
Brent's outside.
Yeah, man.
He needs to press the button.
You know what? We'll just have to.
We're talking about someone's replacement.
Let me. I'll be 1 sec.
You're gonna press it?
Yeah.
Do you know the right one though?
We might end the show, so just in case, subscribe to the channel.
Don't end the show, yeah. Just in case,
subscribe. Let's see what happens when E-Man does this.
Let's see.
Don't press that. You'll stick. He might take Brent's job.
But then you didn't put the You didn't put the camera on you.
God damn it!
What number is it?
That is just gonna be low. Swear to God. Yeah. And I think Brent's switched up the buttons for other things now.
So when you guys get rehired for other
yeah,
when they have you guys as cover, and your cover is doing more than hosting and producing. They're also doing camera work, lighting.
That's
and
right.
all this great stuff. And you want to come here and now want me to fight for your rights?
I'd hold my hands up, man.
Fair, he is great. He is great.
I'd say fair enough. I've missed bear shows recently. I've been busy. I've been doing stuff. If you find someone that can replace me, obviously I'd laugh when you try because it's not gonna happen. But then imagine you struck gold and you found someone that was better than me. I'm gonna say fair play because I've been off on my endeavors, doing what I'm doing,
I hear you.
and I left the door open. This is what happened. I'm not gonna come here kicking up a fuss.
That's fair. I'm definitely kicking up a fuss.
No, I know.
Yeah, I'm definitely kicking up a fuss. I don't care how gold.
Should I try
gold
it?
is.
I mean, you could.
Is it? It's the 1, 2, 3 at the top.
I think it used to be that.
It
But I
used to
think-
be that.
But it's not anymore.
To be fair, this
I
is meant
think
to be
Brent's changed
automatic
it,
anyway,
yeah.
so this is failed.
Yeah, it's meant to be, isn't
It's
it?
meant to be. His system's failed.
Well, Esther, if you don't mind reading it.
Well, just give me another job.
This is securing your...
Sure. I know enough. I'm effing off in Nigeria soon. And I expect this seat to be empty when I get back. The cheek of it. What one are we in? The second ones.
Yeah.
It's 10:36. Okay, so Kemi Badenoch will pledge lower taxes and better services when she launches the Conservatives' local election campaign on Thursday. The party leader has said that the Tories will be your voice in your local community as they prepare to go up against Labour, the Liberal Democrats, and Reform UK in the elections later in the spring. Voters across a number of county councils and unitary authorities in England will go to the polls on May the 1st, the first major electoral test since last July's election. At a launch in the southeast of England on Thursday, Mrs. Badenoch will announce lower taxes, better services as the party's slogan for the campaign. Ahead of the launch, Mrs. Badenoch said the Conservatives are the only party that stands up for families, for rural communities and for local businesses. Labour pander to the unions, the Lib Dems waste your taxes, and Reform have no experience running anything. Our next headline. The US Federal Reserve has slashed its growth forecast for the world's largest economy as it warned of looming uncertainty fueled by Donald Trump's trade war. US economic growth expectations for the year ahead were cut to 1.7 PC. It's PC, right? Yeah, 1.7 PC by the Fed's Open Market Committee, FOMC, down from 2.1 PC. What does PC stand for? Peace.
Oh, crap. Percentage.
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 Oh, thanks, girl. So let's do that again. So US economic growth expectations for the year ahead were cut to 1.7% by the Fed's Open Market Committee, FOMC, down from 2.1% forecast in December before Mr. Trump took office. Fed officials again voted to hold interest rates at 4.5% after they raised their forecast for inflation from 2.5% to 2.7%, partly because of Mr. Trump's tariff agenda. The figure is well above the Federation's, it's above the Federal's 2% target rate. However, US stocks jumped in late trading on Tuesday after the Fed officials signaled they expected to make 2 further cuts to interest rates this year. Fed sounds weird.
Yeah, no, but it's right.
It's right, okay.
Yeah, the Federal Reserve.
Okay, so Fed Chair Jerome Powell pointed to a slowdown in consumer spending and warned Mr. Trump's tariffs will drive up higher inflation, which was 2.5% in January. And our last headline in this part of the show, a prisoner is on the run after he overpowered and evaded escort officers who were taking him to court. Jamie Cooper, who is age 33, fled the prison van on the M55 motorway near Junction 2 by Catforth, Preston, at about 8:54 a.m. on Wednesday, Lancashire police have said. The vehicle was taking Cooper and other inmates to Lancaster Magistrates Court. GOME, which was providing the secure transportation service, has said its vehicle had to pull over on the M55 to deal with an onboard medical emergency. The company added the detained person involved in this emergency then overpowered and evaded the escort officers and escaped from the vehicle. Lancashire police have been informed and are currently searching for the escaped prisoner. Cooper from Blackpool is described as 5'7" tall man of medium build with short cropped hair and is thought to be wearing a blue coat, blue jeans and black trainers. I wonder why the others didn't leave with him. Fair. They weren't really the ones to get caught. Anyway, it's time to pay some more bills. Let's get into Word on Road. All right, on the topic of Instagram lives and whatnot. So, Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, their divorce is final and all that kind of stuff and blah, 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 blah. But basically, she was on Instagram live yesterday. There was a whole report about her telling the judge that she wanted him to get arrested because, what was it again? He did something apparently and she wanted him to... Anyway, cut long story short, it's false. So she went on Instagram live yesterday. I do think she's dating Aaron Pierre, actually. But anyway... She went on Instagram yesterday.
Who's that, Mufasa?
Yeah.
Okay.
They look really cute together, actually. They just both look very, good looking together.
Yeah, they go together.
They do. So she was on Instagram live yesterday and she basically just said that she has receipts, she has proof that Iman, her ex-husband, has been selling news to the blogs, basically. Because remember that when they were going to get divorced and whatnot, we didn't know for the longest time. And we only knew because I think he filed a petition for their names to be out there, basically. For their names to be what's the divorce is filed under. She wanted all of it kept private. And obviously he did that and whatever else. And that's how TMZ found out and blah, 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 and whatever else. So she's wanted to keep it private. Sorry, she wanted to keep it private the whole time. But for whatever reason, she says that he just wants all of that to be out there. And it's just because he's just a hater. To be fair, part of the court documents was how he was a hater, how he didn't like her shining and all that stuff. It's just crazy considering how they started and how he was. At the time, they were they were when the hashtag couple goals was a thing and people used to couple goals the hell out of those two. So it's just crazy to know that underneath that, all that time, he's a hater. Wild. But anyway, so she says that she's got receipts, that she's got proof that he was paying some blogs to talk about their divorce and how... he just wants to, he doesn't mind that he's looking bad, but he wants her to look bad as well. What else did she say? She said a bunch of stuff and all that kind of stuff, basically. Quite long story short. He obviously, his lawyer obviously has denied it and says, my client, Mr. Iman Shumpert, did I say his name right?
Iman Shumpert, yeah.
Shumpert, yeah. Has never whatsoever leaked any allegations or claims stated in any of the pleadings, in the divorce case. Mr. Shumpert adamantly denies that he has provided any information to any media, specifically but without limitations. He denies that he leaked any information which may have served as the basis for the multiple news reports preceding the trial of this matter. As agreed by the parties and as ordered by the court, he has not and he will not disclose any of the contents of the now sued file, nor will he reveal or discuss any substance or content of any orders or pleadings. But she just said she wants to move on with her life and get her back blown out in peace. She literally said that. Next, what was it?
I said,
So silly. Next, Kanye West obviously was doing what Kanye... You're on egg, I just saw you added. Kanye West is doing what Kanye West does and is just doing the most, basically, online. But one of the things that people have been... And, do you know what? When I actually think about it, when I really, really deep it, he's always been a weirdo. And I think people around him just enabled his foolishness.
Can I ask why this is the straw for a lot of people?
I think because it's Beyonce and Jay-Z. So you talk about anybody... You can be racist, you can be a Nazi, you can be a domestic violence supporter, but you talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Are you sure it's not the children?
I can't talk about Beyonce's kids on Beyonce's internet.
You talked about Iggy Azalea's kids as well, no one cared about that.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He said he wants the kid,
I
the
was
boy
saying
in
this
there.
yesterday, it is funny to me, that I see, because I don't follow Kanye, innit, yeah? So when I see Kanye's tweets, and sometimes it's not retweets, sometimes it's other people tweeting his tweets, and every time I see them, I think it's the internet doing internet stuff.
But it's not. It's him.
But when you go and check it,
it's him doing Kanye stuff.
He did say that.
He said that shit.
He said it.
Kanye is sick.
Yeah, when people say I don't think it's because it's children, because he said stuff about Iggy Azalea's son the other day. He said stuff about his kids. He said stuff about he said stuff about the other Kardashian kids and stuff. I don't.
Doesn't call them retarded.
No, not that.
So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, but he's been a Nazi. He said Nazi things. He said slavery was a choice. He said racist stuff. He said all that stuff. So
is it the
because that's a
children
slur.
thing?
I don't think it's a children thing. I think because if it's a children thing, then it will be because he called the children a slur. But he's used hella slurs. But I do think people have been sick of him though. I don't think this is what's broken the camel's back. I think the camel's been broken. Camel's back. The back has been gone.
I want to eat camel meat.
I wouldn't want to eat it. It gives me like mushy vibes.
I saw it.
It feels like it's gonna be like kidney.
It looks like lamb.
Don't you feel like certain animals just shouldn't be eaten?
Like what?
Like a camel, like a rabbit. Why do you want to eat them?
I can see a camel being eaten.
Why?
Me personally, I can see a camel.
Why would you want to do that? A rabbit?
Because there's a lot of meat there.
That's just greed.
Like a hippo, I don't see that being eaten.
Well, that's a lot of meat. That's the most meat you might ever get.
That's why I said that.
Even do people eat elephants?
And bear, I don't see a bear being eaten. Elephant meat?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Remember I was telling you at a Brazilian place I went to?
Yes.
Oh, you ate elephant meat?
Yeah, you know, they come around with the skewers.
Was this your birthday?
No, ages ago. It was like beginning of TDA.
Yeah, this is like...
Are you still a vegan?
Yeah.
I saw someone the other day say they're not vegan anymore. Or wasn't you?
I think it was Mr. Ramsey. He said he's just incorporating a few things.
He's eating fish now.
Oh,
no,
yes.
No, not all that.
Nah, when we went for a walk,
yeah,
and he told me he's eating fish now.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got Ramsey every
what
time.
brought this on?
You just mentioned camel, so I said.
I mean, what brought Ramsey not being a vegan anymore?
Why did he mention it? Because
why did he stop being a vegan?
To a vegan restaurant.
No, why did he stop being a vegan?
Ramsey said that on the show. He said he was trying other stuff.
Yeah,
he said he wasn't getting enough protein.
Oh yes, that was it.
Is that what he said?
Brent's being funny.
Hey, Megan. Brent and Ramsey have their thing though.
So why not?
That's someone I should do.
I offered a response. What's your response?
I can't remember what
the
reason was.
So take mine.
Do you know what? Yeah, if we do ever have an Instagram live, it will be from Ramsey.
To be fair.
And do you know what? I'd retweet it. I'd be like, speak on, brother.
That is true.
I'd retweet it. It's because he and Brent, it's only a matter of time.
That boy is going to have so much fun with TNB, man.
We got Ramsey every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically he did...
sorry. Maybe Ramsey don't want me to say it, but I might say it.
Why would you?
No,
you're involved in the live too.
Only because we have to big him up. It's his birthday coming up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Big up Ramsey.
You know what I'm saying?
Let us know the day after. It's tomorrow. Oh.
Instead
I can say
the
tomorrow.
day after.
Instead of party in the Palestine in the park, bro.
You need to get some Palestine cupcakes.
For real.
Actually, no, they might say we're eating by the time.
The my what?
Anyway. They might just
you
be
take everything of theirs, isn't it?
Say again?
You just want to just
I just say
everything.
things. Yeah.
Crazy.
If I'm not allowed to be here. That's enough disrespect. Listen. If I can't be here, there'll be no show. Everybody's having to quit or get fired. I'm joking. I'm not a hater. Sometimes, depending on who's the receiving end. Anyway, so basically, so he tweeted about Beyonce and Jay-Z's kids and used the R words and says that he's just dumb. He basically said they intentionally had the kids. So he called their kids, trigger warning. He called their kids retarded. Then he said that having retarded kids is a choice because this is why artificial insemination is, is the way forward, is a blessing. The guy's not okay.
He's mad.
Then he says, but then he took it down and he said he took it down. He said, I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family down. I don't know what he said about Jerry Lorenzo, to be fair. But it says, because there was a possibility of my Twitter being cancelled, not because I'm a good person. I took it down oh no. I hadn't seen that far. Kanye says, I took it down like Down syndrome. Get it? Am I right? F the world, real talk, F everybody. That guy, do you know what?
Then he put it back up, innit?
I think his Twitter's done though. It's gone again.
His Twitter's gone?
I believe so. I tried to find him, he's gone. But he might be, I don't think he's back again, but he's gone. Which is so funny because one of the Elon's thing was, I'm not going to let anyone, you can't block people, you can't do this, you can't do that. Because I keep seeing Kanye tweets, I don't follow the man. I'm sure I haven't blocked him, but you can't block, I think it's wild that you can't block people. And even if you block people, they can still see your tweets. That's crazy. But anyway, so he said all of that stuff. I believe it's gone. Obviously, he's getting cooked online as well. People are talking about that.
He's not gone.
He's not gone.
He's there.
Why couldn't I find him? I couldn't find him last night.
Maybe
probably blocked you.
Thank God. But so he said all of that stuff, and obviously people are upset, blah, blah, blah. But it's interesting. People have been saying a very interesting thing, that if Kanye was a woman, he would have been under a conservatorship. I said they look into it. I said they look into it like ASAPily. I did see that he apparently tweeted something about his mum, and so people are saying how you guys will want to cancel Kanye or whatever, and then he talks about grieving his mum, and then now it's like, oh my gosh, feel sorry for him. But while I'm here, actually, while I'm talking about Kanye, there's reports that apparently Kim is planning to sue him to get sole custody of the children. I'm here for it.
Did you hear that she was that she took the kids from him because Andrew Tate was coming to the yard or something?
I didn't even see that.
Did you see that?
That's crazy.
No, I'm seeing now that he's leaving hourly updates about his whereabouts because after mentioning the sex trafficking stuff, somebody told him to stay in a different hotel than he's used to for a couple of nights because there are people all over the city who get a check from that particular family.
So
he's leaving updates.
So he said he's going to leave an hourly one.
Every single hour he's leaving an update.
But then he leaves his attack is 59 minutes.
Huh?
His attack, all they have to do is wait for him to make the tweet, then just get him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that he had the kids or something, and then Kim found out that Tristan and Andrew was going to link him at the yard or something, so she said, fuck that. She just took
I think she should get sole custody of the kids. He's harmful. He's a danger to himself. He's a danger to everybody around him. And I think he's so weird, and like the thing that he does is so harmful that you don't know what he's capable of at any point in time. And people like that are, like when I've watched like crime shows and stuff like that, those are the kind of people that just decide one day that they just want to kill them. Trigger warning, sorry.
Because I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, like they just want to get rid of the whole family, them included. It's not safe. It's not safe. So, yeah. I mean, he's got Kim Kardashian looking like a saint. And apparently people are hating her now because they think she's a Trump supporter and whatnot. You've got to be really bad to have people on Kim Kardashian's side. But yeah, here we are. So anyway, we'll see what happens with him. I'm tired of reporting on him. I'm tired of talking about him. Like, I don't even think it's like I think wasn't it when we talked about it last time? I think was it a thing about do we think he's attention seeking or is he actually ill? Yeah. I think it's just everything, because it's just sick. To be fair. Speaking of sick. Okay, maybe that's not fair. In my personal opinion. Anyway, Jonathan Majors has confirmed he was on the Sherry Shepherd show. And he confirmed that he and Megan Good are married. So that's just that.
Congrats on that.
Black love.
Not that kind. So basically, he was on the show here. I found it interesting. I find actors funny. Because some actors, I can never... Because again, I just think the timing is so interesting, considering the other day, there was that audio that confirmed that he did, trigger warning, strangle his ex-girlfriend, right? But it's just like the timing... And again, obviously, he's got a movie coming out. So maybe that came out because he's got the movie coming out. But then him then announcing that... And he literally got married the day before he went on the Sherry Shepherd show. It's so convenient. And his mom's a pastor. How more convenient? You just get to have it in the kitchen real quick. It's quick. So he said that they had a... Oh, I can't believe this. Anyway, they had a wedding and he said that he asked her dad for a blessing. Her dad gave it. Obviously, uncle was not... Anyway, her dad gave the blessing. And then his mum married them. Her mum was pregnant. Her mum was... This was pregnancy talk. Actually, God forbid. Her mum was present too. So it was a union of mothers. So that's great. So they're married.
It's fantastic.
Isn't it? Isn't it just great news for all parties? What's next? I've done that. Oh, Stormzy is going to get honorary doctorate from Cambridge University.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it's really, really good. Obviously, we know what he's done. He's worked with Cambridge for like black children and stuff to get grants and all that great stuff. So big up him.
Yeah.
Where's my information gone? It will be for... Oh, no, it's just to recognise his philanthropic work. What are you going to say? Why did you get your teeth? Oh.
I was going to say, where's Lauren when you need her?
Where's Lauren? Oh, because my reading. I wish we could get Lauren up in here.
You said... You said, where are my notes?
So anyway, congratulations to him.
You started this new trend though, Esther. Each time it is that you see me like look up and you know full well there's only mischief behind this particular.
Yeah, because I'm encouraging a black man.
And you ask me.
Yeah,
give it to me.
I am encouraging a black man. I see your talent, and as a lover of you, I support you. We listen and we don't judge. Absolutely. Also, speaking of universities, in good news, I think this is really, really cool. DJ Cuppy went to one of the unis because I go stay studying. But so she's a King's College London alum. Mm-hmm. But basically, she's launched a new fund with them, in partnership with them. She's got a 5-year partnership with them, and she will basically be funding African students. I don't know how it works exactly, but she's basically pledged money, and she will be assisting African children that need to. She's basically giving back, essentially. She says that King's College shaped her in ways that she never expected, and that she started as a Nigerian girl with big dreams, and then so they had a whole event about it, and she says that she's now a woman with global vision, and she says that vision is... Here's something.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was just playing a video that Maggie just sent.
Oh.
Jonathan Majors?
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll do that in a minute. She said, is that him on the Sherry Shepherd show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was oh, yes, that's what I was going to say before you interrupted me.
Sorry.
Let me finish.
And I love this for you.
No, sorry, pause that.
I'm
talking about black women doing great things.
That's not someone on Discord, right?
That's
no,
Eddie.
It's Brent.
And I love this.
Eddie, stop it.
It's not, it's Brent. Anyway, she says the vision of increasing access to world-leading education for African students, and she said that that's her vision, and she said she also emphasized her commitment to launch the brand new Copy Fund at King's College London. So big up her, man. That's really, really good. So every year she's pledged £10,000 every year for the next 5 years to support exceptional students from the King's African Leadership Centre, ALC. And yeah.
She's Dangote's daughter, right?
Yes.
Right.
So big up her. I didn't know her. No, she's Otedola's daughter.
Dangote.
I actually didn't know her name was Florence.
Oh, was it?
But when I look at it, she does look like a Florence, actually. I think it's Florence.
Cool.
But yeah, it's Florence Otedola.
Is that what? Is there like 3 daughters, right? Or something like that?
Yes, so you got her Copy, you got Temi. Temi's the one that goes out with Mr. Easy. Mm-hmm. And then you got, what's the last girl's name? She's a musician. It starts with a T as well. I can't remember, but she's really, really like cool and chill. Temi. I can't remember her last name. But yeah, that's what I was going to say about Jonathan Majors and why I find actors interesting. Sometimes when they're doing things, you don't know if they're acting or they're serious. Because in the clip we're going to watch here, he looks like he's acting to me. I can't take him seriously with that. Like, I can't take his performance seriously because I'm aware that he knows how the industry sees him. And so he's in his rebranding era. But anyway, let's watch it. I hope it zooms in.
For you, Jonathan, you found love with actress Megan Good.
Yeah, he's acting. I don't need to see
Bro!
Fuck this shit.
Shut up, man.
Fuck this whole video.
Like, some foolishness.
Oh, gosh.
Do you know what's so bad? Do you remember that time he was trending? People kept doing the memes about how he's just the perfect person to act in a slave movie. That's honestly what that gave me. He was really written for those roles. Punk ass. Anyway, everyone had the day they deserve in terms of that situation.
So, quick question, just jumping into a future we don't really want.
Also, Sherry Shepherd is the bird.
Who's that?
The host of that show.
Okay.
First of all, she took Wendy Williams' spot. That's not a problem because obviously Wendy was off air.
She took a spot?
So Wendy's time on the show where she had a show, that's Sherry's show, but that's got nothing to do with anything. She was out here talking about, Megan Thee Stallion is not a good role model, blah, 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 because she twerks and whatnot. But then she's out here talking about she wants her son to be like Jonathan Majors. So having, the kind of record that Jonathan Majors has, that's all right. And she also talks about her son don't like black women because he finds them, finds them scary or some stupid language like that. Intimidated, some nonsense. Bird.
Terrible.
What are you going to ask me, Brent?
Yeah. Obviously, we don't want this future. But let's just say a year or 9 months, this girl comes up basically saying he's abusive and this, that, and next. Are we having any empathy?
Absolutely.
Oh, serious?
I always have empathy for abuse victims, survivors and stuff. Absolutely.
How about...
Sometimes people can't see things. When you're the one in something, you can't see it sometimes. But then to be fair, she wasn't in it when... It's just all a thing, but I will definitely, because Because the way I interpret not having empathy, this is just me. I'm not saying anybody else. Everyone hold on to your pennies, whatnot. For me, if I don't have empathy for her, then I'm essentially saying that whatever she sees there, she has to deal with it. And I can't believe that because I can't say that because that's me then in a way, I'm justifying him abusing her. I'm saying you should have seen it coming, and so it's happened. You deserve it, kind of thing. I can't think like that.
Let's replace Jonathan Majors with
Yeah.
Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
And she'd gotten with Tory Lanez, and
Yeah.
then 9 months afterwards comes out to
Showing
say,
a foot.
No, but she basically.
I know that's what he does.
So would you have empathy then?
I would. I will always have empathy for people who deal with domestic violence situations. Like, it's not a abusers are very manipulative. They have a skill like nobody does. They have a skill that salesmen don't even have.
The
So I
same
would
with
have that.
Kanye West, right? If you swap Tory Lanez with Kanye West,
Yeah.
and this woman goes with Kanye West,
I feel bad for it. I defended it. I sat here and defended Kanye's naked wife multiple times. Yeah.
Oh, fair. You're consistent. How about you, Mags?
Right, what's the question?
How about you, Manuel?
Yeah, because I don't want to,
All right, cool. Thank you very much for going on the room. Let's continue.
Would you have empathy?
I
Could you
find it
answer?
difficult. I'll honestly find it difficult. I'll honestly find it difficult. Because Mama told you all before, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we have space for women?
Oh,
who
yeah,
are
you
wicked?
say this.
And they choose wicked men because that's what they like.
Yeah, you said
Do
it
you
about people
understand?
going to the circus, isn't it? Is that your example?
No, you're talking about the bear one, where
Yeah,
is that
the
you
bear-
have
yeah,
the
that's
sign
it, yeah,
saying,
yeah, yeah.
do not jump into the bear enclosure,
Yeah.
right? They eat human beings. And then you jump into the bear enclosure. And then you cry, help me, help me. And they can read. It's not as if it is they can't read.
I'm about to say that maybe they can't read.
No.
They ain't got Lauren around.
God damn it.
Well,
Anyway, what's next?
People's Journal.
Nah, it's not.
Asking for a friend?
No, you have one more thing with Jiggy, man.
Oh,
Here's one.
from my left. 90s baby, big up 90s baby every single time.
Every single time.
Says, will you be staying on Filthy Fellas?
Who's asking me?
Do you know what's so funny? Because, do you know what's so funny? Do you know what it is?
Hey, the show yesterday was Chef's Kiss. It was nice.
Did you like it?
From my left.
I really liked it. I don't watch Filthy.
Oh,
Fellas.
Filthy. Oh.
But I had to watch that because I had to support my guy.
Oh, were you on it? Okay.
You'll be cooking. You, Lippy, you'll do your stuff, you know.
Come on,
I
man.
don't know why I'm there with something surprised. You do this thing, innit?
We're top tier talent.
Come on.
Top tier content creators.
Number one, number two.
You get what I'm saying?
Why did you say more bass in your voice? Never two. You're scared.
Sorry,
Well, to answer your question, did
Because you know boys stick... Remember what you said? You said boys stick together, boys
true.
work so well,
That's what
all
we're
that
doing.
stuff.
The Rock leave the WWE?
Come on.
You know, the final boss.
Come on.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm just in my I'm in my Hollywood Rock mode. You know, like when he was shooting Scorpion King. So you might not see me on Filthy for a little bit, but then when I pull up, it's always Grand Slam main event. The same with well, look, I've missed how many episodes have I missed here? You know what I'm trying to say? But I ain't going nowhere.
Let's not rejoice with that, please. PTSD attack, man.
No,
answer the
I'm
question.
outside. I'm on my endeavors building an empire. So if you don't see me on Filthy and stuff like that,
It's not because you left and you're on your left.
yeah, it's not because I'm on my left. You get me? It's all the way right. You get me?
I wonder if that
Solidarity.
satisfies his question.
I ain't leaving Filthy. If I left Filthy, which I don't think I am, it wouldn't be because I'm going on from my left
new
anyway.
recruit.
It'd be because I'm too busy to do it anymore.
Pen game.
You get me?
Worldwide.
Which is not a bad thing. Like I said, I'm out on my endeavors trying to take over the world. So
Come on.
Fair. Love that.
this is the other
Why are people going to work with Jerry... How'd you say that?
Jerry Heller.
Jerry Heller again
one. After the robbery.
after robbery.
Maybe he didn't rob them. He didn't rob me. So I think I suppose it's a loyalty issue, isn't it? If them not don't feel robbed personally, Poet feels robbed, but them not might not feel robbed personally. So it's decisions that they got to make for themselves.
Do you know what makes me laugh in all of these things every single time is loons?
Losing on big smoke, isn't it?
Loons is like, what's that thoughts that you're meant to you have and you're not meant to say out loud?
Intrusive?
Loons is intrusive thoughts. Like his intrusive thoughts win every single time. He doesn't fight back. He doesn't attempt to even filter it. He thinks it, he goes to send right out.
A line's been drawn in the sand, isn't it? So you know what side's on. So once that's what it is,
Lose is loyal though.
Lose is 2 guns up.
Lose is loyal.
Pow, pow, pow.
Like,
you get me? Scorched earth. That's the settings. I fuck with it though. That's why I like him.
Yeah, Lose is loyal. And you can just tell that he's like, yeah, he don't play around.
Lose be on the internet having arguments for me that I'm not having. Lose is the truth. You get me?
Gosh. I've got a question from Diaries. I've got a question from Hugs. Why wouldn't you and Loons do the intro?
Because Loons don't want to do it. I did. If it wasn't me, I would never have stopped doing the intro. It's Loons prima donna. Got to asked him. Remember him
to
asking
load it
you,
up as a songwriter.
can't he pre-record it and press the button to do it and all that? I'm like, what's all this stuff?
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. That's working smarter, not hard.
It's not the same thing. But you know, you got to be careful what you wish for. Because obviously, I know the intro's good. I know it's rest of the day. I'm telling him, you're making this a lesser product without it. You don't
making this a lesser product.
You don't want to believe me. Now it's gone. But it's
it's
on you, man. That's up to you. That's your business. You get me? But obviously, big up Filthy.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you tune into the Monday Night Wars. You get me? We're still here. We're still going strong. You get what I'm trying to say?
Love that.
Nah, real life. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. That was mad. That last one, I didn't see coming still when Geordie left. No, I was surprised.
Really?
Geordie's gone.
I would have thought as soon as...
I didn't know, you know.
Because Specs, Geordie and Tigo were like a
Yeah, they
TGT.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised by that.
Well, if you look...
I think Miles I didn't expect.
Well, no, because Miles is... That's that. If you look at the friendship groups, really, because obviously we're collective, there's bare of us in it.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously everybody can't hang around together anyway. But if you look at the way the split's drawn, it's really like a natural... It's really like a natural process.
Yeah, it's a natural separation.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like me, Lippy, Dan, Loons, we link up where that's the friendship group. Geordie, Specs,
Tigo.
Miles, Tigo, they're super close with each other as well.
Makes sense.
So what?
So you're basically saying Tigo didn't have to do much work to basically get the people over?
No.
I would have...
Okay.
Do you know what's so crazy? Because when I think out of all of them, I would have thought maybe Specs was the most shocking one for me.
Specs and Tigo are like batting and bench.
I know, but I thought that he felt more betrayed. He would have felt more betrayed than anybody else, so that would have been harder. So when I saw them together, I was like, okay, interesting.
Specs is from that aspect, it probably is the most shocking, but that's the one I expected the most anyway.
Really?
I told Specs he was
Okay.
going on that show before he went on there. He's like, I wouldn't do that. I'm never going over there. And I was
That's
like,
the worst. You know what I mean? Say never. Now here you are.
I was like,
Did all that and for what?
Cool story, bro. Like I knew he was going over there. That was
Interesting.
a layup. That was easy. I could see it. So everybody that's gone over there, there's nothing.
It's not shocking.
Yeah, it's not shocking. But I just found out. I went away and I came back. When I came back, Julie was gone. I watched Julie on the episode. Julie hit.
Julie was gone.
Julie was on the episode.
Peace, bro.
Julie was on the episode on the same week. He was on the Filthy episode and a From My Left episode.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, you can go and check it. There's a crossover.
So is this still on Filthy then? No, it's not.
Who, Julie?
Yeah.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
So did he tell anyone? So did any of them tell anyone before they leave, or did they just go?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. Miles was not on Filthy when he made the decision to join anyway.
Because Miles was tweeting crazy as well, you know.
Who, Miles?
He and Loons were going tweet for tweet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, when it all happened.
See, I miss it. I don't see all that stuff.
Because I remember, like, it was a lot. Him, Lippy, and Loons' tweets were just like constant. I thought they made the most. They said the most out of everybody, out of all of you guys, when all of it happened.
But yeah.
So Jordy did an episode for y'all. Said, "I'll see you next week."
Hey, with all this inside info, you lot need to like the video, man. What's going on?
That's so funny.
We're on the road to 10K, man.
That is so. Imagine me saying, "All right, see you guys tomorrow," and then tomorrow on BBC, I'm the new presenter.
But is he like the Sol Campbell of the feud?
Who, Julie?
Yeah.
Definitely. Luis Figo.
Serious?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Easy.
It's like Sol Campbell used to play for Arsenal. He used to play for Tottenham. Then he went to Arsenal. Judas thing.
So he just goes wherever. Fair. Well, that was really, I just understand now.
So what, for those of us who's out of the loop of it, yeah. So what's the setup right now in the two camps? What's the
Camps is right.
Yeah, innit? What's the setup?
What do you mean? What's the setup? What's the?
So in Filthy, what is it right now? Are people still going back and forth, or is it now?
No.
It's drawn.
Only Jordy did that. Only Jordy finished his last shift. Jordy fulfilled his contract to the last day. And then said a new one.
He knew what he was going to do.
He
sat there.
I think that's so crazy. He said, yeah.
You'd have to ask Poet if he'd be prepared to take any of them back. I don't know. But as it stands now,
You can't do something like that, though. You
like,
can't.
go and come back.
Stuff like you can't come back from that. I think especially Jordy.
Wait. Sorry. Let me. I want this clear in my head. Yeah. So essentially, it's from the left. Yeah. Like Filthy, but with them man on from the left.
There's nothing like Filthy.
There's nothing like Filthy.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, like,
it's a football show.
Yeah.
And them man are there.
And them man are there.
As permanent fixtures.
As permanent fixtures.
This is what they do, you know. This is what they do. This is what they do.
Well.
That is diabolical. That's diabolical.
And the thing is, the leader over there at FML, it's not like the leader over there at Filthy, is it?
As in, one's a white man, one's a black man.
It was a different knock. It was a different knock.
Niggas, one's white, one's black.
I'm saying. I'm seeing Lippy, leading a bit more into the pro-black content now. You know?
Yeah, I think he wants to come on to TMB.
I'm seeing him say, "Hey, Brent, can we have that cover now?"
Lippy said, "This is ours."
Can I be one of the coalition founders now? Remember, I came to him.
Yeah.
And each time he comes, he said, "Brent, I know we have to talk." I said, I'm not chasing you anymore. I'm not chasing you anymore. But
I wonder who else was asked though. Like, out of curiosity, I wonder who else was asked and it didn't. They were like, no.
On that team.
From
why are you like
Mark's
smiling?
team.
You handsome man. Why are you smiling? Like
You asked. You asked. Can you imagine trying to poach me with talent? No, that's crazy. Poaching talent is crazy. I thought it happened naturally.
Naturally, it's never natural
Poaching
with
talent is
man.
crazy work.
Essentially, Max is saying, yeah, he got the knock, but it wasn't loud enough.
Said I'm loyal.
No. He said he wasn't loud enough.
I'm low to the soil.
He said, "No loyal." He opened the door and he said, "Come in." What you have to say?
I didn't like it, so get out. Get out of my house. Low to the soul, man. But yeah,
man,
that's
it's crazy.
Man. Filthy to the world.
Yes,
Amen.
100%, man.
Yeah,
like the video, man.
I have faith that you guys are going to take it to a different level, to be honest. Obviously, right now, it's like just after, Melena left and everybody's there wondering, is this going to pop down now? You know? Like when Keith left, you wondering, is it going to pop down now? But I believe that once Marx is there, once Slippy is there, ascension, bro.
Me and Lippy in a double pivot yesterday. Dan wasn't even on the episode. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, Dan wasn't even there.
To show how powerful the episode was, man. Didn't miss him.
Still got big game players, man. The
Come
core. Real ones. Big game. Come on, man.
So right now, going forward, like obviously in the next 6 months, a year, that people are going to be pitting you guys
against each other.
Yeah. But you're confident you're on the winning team.
Well, if I'm on the team,
that's it.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how my brain works, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? If I'm on the team, how are we going to lose?
That's what I'm saying.
You get me?
True indeed.
So yeah, that's it, man. Filthy to the world.
Until Pen Game has all your time.
Until Pen Game has all my time.
He said it.
I don't think he's understand. I don't think he's actually grasped the concept of what I'm doing over there.
I don't think they do. I don't think they
realize what I'm outside doing in these streets.
I don't think they do, but they will find out.
They will.
Exactly.
They gonna learn, man.
They'll learn today.
Inshallah, I'll never leave.
Amen and amen. All right.
Headlines.
All right. Breeze through it, please. Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
All
right.
All right, people. Over 400 people have been arrested and over £7.5 million has been seized as part of a national crackdown on fraud in the UK. Operation Henhouse, which is led by the National Economic Crime Centre and the City of London Police, has led to 422 arrests, with 362 cease and desist notices also being issued as part of the action. During the operation, which took place throughout February, 155 voluntary interviews were carried out and account freezing orders were made against £3.9 million on top of the £7.5 million that was seized. Fraud is the most prevalent crime in the UK, this according to the National Crime Agency, and can cause victims long-lasting emotional and psychological harm, as well as devastating financial losses. It accounts for approximately 41% of all crime reports and costs an estimated £6.8 billion each year in England and Wales alone. Next headline, and the Rugby Football Union Chief Executive, Bill Sweeney, has threatened to take England away from Twickenham and move to Milton Keynes or Birmingham because of licensing restrictions after missing out on hosting a lucrative Beyonce concert at the stadium. So Sweeney has warned that if Richmond Council does not grant the RFU permission to stage more non-rugby events at Twickenham, it will be a tough call for us. This is what he's saying. These are his words. It will be a tough call for us. And basically, they'll just move away from London. The RFU committed ultimately to its plans to revamp Twickenham due to begin in 2027, and that could cost up to £663 million, but it needs to raise revenue by hosting more music concerts. The RFU is allowed to host 3 non-rugby events a year and only 2 on consecutive nights with a limited capacity of 55,000. So those are the restrictions, right? And the union says that Twickenham, which has a capacity of 82,000, is empty for 340 days a year, with Sweeney claiming that due to the restrictions, the RFU missed out on staging Beyonce concerts. That don't make no sense. They're empty 340 days a year. Come on, people. And our last headline, big trigger warning on this, guys. Big trigger warning. A teenager who was planning a school massacre has been sentenced to a minimum of 49 years for the horrific shotgun murders of 3 members of his own family.
It's mad.
Nicholas Prosper, imagine that's his surname, murdered his mother, Juliana Falcon, 48 years old, his brother Kyle, 16, and his 13-year-old sister, Gazelle, at their home in Luton on the 13th of September last year. The 19-year-old was arrested in the hours after the murders on his way to his former primary school, where he planned to kill young children and teachers. At Luton Crown Court, Mrs. Justice Chima Grubb told Prosper, "Your ambition was notoriety. You wanted to be known posthumously as the world's most famous school shooter of the 21st century. The lives of your own mother and young brother and sister were to be collateral damage on the way to fulfill your ambition." His plan would have seen him kill 34 people in total. His family, followed by 4-year-old children at his own school, 2 teachers, and then finally himself. That was his plan. But yeah, that's it for the headlines, guys. It's time to pay them bills.
You know what it is? That there's people like that who actually, that's their life goal. Like they want to be like the world's most renowned terrorist or the world's most renowned, like, it's mad. Crazy.
It's sad. Just ruining people's lives.
Literally. All right, what are we doing next?
We're going to the reaction. No, sorry, there wasn't anything to react to. So let's go to wrap up.
Okay.
We will do the dilemmas that came true tomorrow when everybody's here.
Fun.
All right.
See, this is what happens.
Lauren,
case in point.
Lauren, please,
case in point. This is what happens. Excuse me, can you pay attention, please? This is what happens. This is what happens when you have cover. You were doing the wrap up, right? Then you were away. So Iman was covering your position. So now when we have the wrap up, it's just silence in the room. Because there's no clear outline on whose job is what.
Learn from it though. You don't see me moaning. you don't see me moaning.
There's other reasons for that. Okay, well, subscribe.
Right, cool. It's been a great show. Today we spoke about the clash between Keir Starmer and Diane Abbott.
The clash between Lauren and Jess.
Yes, that too. We also spoke about Russia and Ukraine carrying out attacks even after Putin had a call with Trump. And we also learned that criminals are now free to pick their own genders. So, yeah.
That just still doesn't make sense to me.
Stuff is going to happen.
Like, I don't get the plan. I don't get the thoughts. I don't get it.
But, yeah.
So when they pick their own gender, they're going to send them to the gadjo? Like, demand them?
Yes.
That's the thing. So
if they're women.
If they say they're women.
If they choose.
There you go. Yeah.
And this is not even trans people, it's just anybody.
Wild.
Yeah, if you identify. Yeah, essentially, yeah. But I guess you would say you're trans, innit? I identify as a woman, so that means I'm a trans woman.
But people will just lie though.
100%.
As opposed to tell the truth.
And the criminal, so you know.
Fair.
Well, you know.
To be fair.
And like Brent said, the days and dems and stuff. You need to get more beds and stuff. It's more than one people.
That's what Brent said.
That's definitely what I said.
If you're gonna go there, carry on. Just
Also, we spoke about Kemi Badenoch. She's pledged better services with Tory local elections. Basically, she's saying that she's going to pledge lower taxes and better services when she launches the local election campaign on Thursday. Some people are saying, I was listening to, I believe it was either the Statesman or Spectator. They were basically saying they don't think Kemi Badenoch's going to last. That's what they're saying, but we shall see. You know what I mean? She doesn't go down without a fight. We also spoke about the US growth forecast and how it's been slashed over Trump uncertainty. And we also spoke about the inmate who's on a run after escaping from a prison van on a motorway. Of course, we spoke about Tiana Taylor claiming that Iman is basically selling news about their family and whatnot to the newspapers and whatnot, to the tabloids. Kanye West as well, been using all sorts of foul language against Beyonce and Jay-Z's kids. Jonathan Majors is now married, you know what I'm saying, and doing a great job at it. And we also spoke about Kim Kardashian seeking sole custody of her kids from Kanye. There's a lot today that we spoke about.
You know, we actually been yapping. What time? 11:22?
Yeah.
I know you're lying.
Big up Dr. Stormzy now. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be receiving his honorary doctorate.
Hope I get one of those in the future.
Amen. It's going to happen.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
I'll make sure.
We spoke about DJ Cuppy as well, man. Doing amazing stuff, man.
I'm proud of her for that.
Yeah,
When she stopped wearing that pink wig, things have really changed for her.
There
Really
you
been
go.
looking up. She's just sensible now.
Yes, and we spoke about Filthy versus the FML gig. You know what I'm saying? But Filthy for the win every day.
FML is, as,
You know what I mean?
As an abbreviation of a show, is.
You know what I'm saying? Big up the black people and that.
Fuck my life.
Well, I didn't say it, but, you know.
We spoke about the 400 people that were arrested and £7.5 million that was seized in a national crackdown on fraud. And we spoke about the animal, Nicholas Prosper, who killed his family.
So horrible.
And we spoke about the rugby football union chief, who's basically saying, why the hell are we leaving the Twickenham Stadium bloody unused? You know what I'm saying? Let me host Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's been a good show, man. Of course, topic of the day, we spoke about Jess with the mess and Lauren. Was it Lauren with the latest?
No, Lauren's legal.
Lauren's legal corner or something, isn't it?
Lauren's legal corner, something crazy like that.
That was
Lauren
so
with the
rubbish.
Lauren with the latest.
She definitely said Lauren's legal corner.
She
Lauren's
definitely said,
lawyer,
she actually gave a few ideas
something
to prove that she's not a
was
hater.
whack.
Definitely a few iterations there. But imagine you saying why she's great and you say, now my stuff is called mess and hers is legal or formal and stuff.
Brent, how's your studio colder than outside?
Because I put the aircon on.
I didn't even got a jacket today.
You got a hoodie on.
But I ain't
So
got a jacket.
when it is you step out, you're going to be extra toasty.
Yeah, but you might get cold.
I was thinking about you,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah. No, before holiday.
Not before Gambia.
The game.
19 days. It's on the countdown. I checked.
Open the WhatsApp messages. Heather sent forward some information.
Okay, sorry. Let me check them. Let me do that right now.
Pick up Heather every single time. Give that keeps on giving.
Yep.
Please don't forget to follow us. Follow us on socials the day after TNB. Also subscribe to this lovely channel, please. Share the videos.
Are these lions in Gambia?
Yes, the same walk. Are you going to do it?
Oh, you're going to do it? Gina did it in South Africa. In South Africa, she did it.
Well, I can walk with these lions.
Yes.
Somewhere. Let me see the lions.
But bear in mind, they obviously don't sense that she is a lion in her own right. But they
What's it
might
gonna say from
sense
him?
your mash tongue.
Was that might feel friend?
They might
might put
turn
the
around
paws
and
up.
be like looking for competition.
Then come to the jungle, tell them how to act.
And if it is that we hear reports that you got mauled by a lion
Okay, God forbid.
and you won,
How would he win if we're
you
hearing
come back
reports?
to a hero's.
I'm bringing my
Now, you want this seat? You can have
what?
it.
Wait. You bringing the what?
my Bora.
Allegedly.
No, I'm just-
Allegedly.
I'm not rolling next to them lions back. No, I need something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
You think that's going to help you? This is why white people didn't do very great in Africa. You bring all your little things. It's not gonna help.
I'm a fighter.
I suppose you're the king of the jungle.
Huh?
You're in their territory.
I'm just
You better
saying.
go there and meet the king and pay your respects.
Yeah, go there meek, man. Go there meek.
You have to go there
Go meek.
humble. You can't go in there thinking you can challenge.
Try it. I don't know.
I'm not trying to
I
just
said
say.
try
Identify
it.
as meek.
Do something
Identify
different.
as Me,
No, obviously.
a civilian.
I'm talking.
Then
We're
it's
talking about the
your
lions.
wicked,
I'm just talking about how I'm dealing with the lions. You know what I'm trying to say? So you have to.
You gotta go there humble.
Yeah,
Meek
but-
and mild.
So they think I'm just like food.
You are food regardless.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know so mad actually?
One of them lions trouble me is gonna be a long day for that lion.
All right, Samson.
So you don't want to mess with me?
I'm gonna do the lion walk still.
I think you should.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, man.
Where you my Shang Chin though?
Hmm?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you might as well go all out.
Yeah.
But don't wear things that's gonna jingle too much. It might distract them.
All right, cool. Should I bring my jewelry? I was gonna leave it.
You have to, bro. I mean, it can be superimposed afterwards, but it's a little work, innit?
Yeah,
I don't know. You should tell
superimpose
people
it.
that you're gonna be traveling with jewelry.
Huh?
And that's a safe idea. I don't think you should take a jewelry then. The light might reflect in their eyes and stuff.
But I ain't ashamed. I ain't
just
there's no
don't
shame in
think
my
it's
game.
trigger.
I will leave my jewelry at home. I will leave it at
Photoshop
home.
it on.
He just carries
Take
waist
it.
beads.
Take it. They're waist beads. Take a clear enough picture
And then
that it can be edited on,
Superimposed.
like AI'd on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not a video, we don't believe you did it, mate. So you have to walk with them in real time.
The lions.
100%.
Are you going with loons?
I think loons.
I was gonna say he can't go with the lions.
But
I don't
loons
see loons
hate
doing that.
Africa.
What?
Sorry,
That's
that was the wrong
such a
country.
Oh,
Allegedly.
wow.
Allegedly. So
All entertainment, guys.
Why is he hating? Anyway.
not like that. But loons is like. Remember, he's like like
yeah.
colonization and
Yeah,
that.
fair.
It got him in it.
That's ironic.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
Stockholm syndrome and that. He don't want to go. He wouldn't want to go home.
Keep your thoughts inside, please.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Esther.
Because I definitely was about to add on to that. I definitely had another comment to make.
But
It's
do
really fun.
the work, man. Do the work.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, you can't go all the way there. See, Heather's done it. Gina's done it. And you, king of flipping pen game, come back and you haven't done it?
I'm gonna walk with the lions still in my Clarks.
I told you don't go there and make a scene. You're gonna make noise.
That guy's gonna be doing that.
I need to.
Everybody happy house when we get the car.
They're gonna end up kicking you out of the jungle and giving you a refund. Saying, don't you ever come back to this part of the town again.
I'm gonna go.
It'd be lit. A big up Heather though. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Yeah, so please subscribe, all that great stuff. What else was there? Is that all the housekeeping stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.